Just
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Is it visible,
Yeah, yeah.
Mataji?
Yes,
Hare.
please put it into the slide
Yes,
mode.
Mataji.
Yeah. Please
Hare,
continue, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. I pay my humble obeisances to the Guru Parampara. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. My obeisance to His Grace Namanishra Prabhu, Radhika Mataji, Mohandas Prabhu, and all Vaishnava sitting in the class. Jai Shri Radha Govinda. Please bless me so that I can, talk for my purification, and please forgive me for my anything which I don't talk according to Shastric injunction. Sorry. What is the theme for today? I'm talking about chapter 14. And the theme I've given is the twilight concept, desire, destiny, and divine mercy. Although the name of the chapter is Pregnancy of Diti in the Evening, uh, which seems that, yeah, it is just talking about the conception of desire, destiny, and divine mercy. And it is talking about just the conception of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And Srila Prabhupada explains that it is actually a profound lesson on how one moment of uncontrolled desire can influence generation, while one moment of the sincere repentance can invite the Lord's unlimited mercy. Now, at a glance for this chapter, if we see, it is all about Diti's desire for a child. But Srila Prabhupada reveals that it is actually about the sense control, the sanctification of the family life, the importance of proper uh, conception, respect for Lord Shiva, and incredible power of pure devotion through Prahlad Maharaj. The qualification, so if we now go, this particular chapter has 6 sections, broadly speaking. So I will start with the first section, the qualification of a devotee. The qualification of the devotee. So what happens first to 7 verses? Vidura is eagerly requesting Maitreya to narrate more about Lord Varaha, because in the previous chapter we talked about, the how Lord Varaha was born. Devotees can never satisfy, but what is a learning? Devotees can never satisfy hearing Krishna Katha. And what is a take home? Develop greed for hearing Bhagavatam. So, we hear from, if we, Bhagavad Gita 10.9, Mat chittamat kat prana tushyanti cha ramanti cha. And also from Srimad Bhagavatam, we say, Shranvanti Katha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. So we know all about Kirtana and hearing the glories of the Lord. Further, Vidura asked about the killing of Hiranyaksha by Lord Varaha. And hearing this, because hearing for a disciplic succession, and we understand one should submissively from Guru, we should ask it from a Guru, Tatvidi Pranipatena verse. Vidura then asked about the battle between the Varaha and Hiranyaksha, and why it is what is a key learning? Spiritual curiosity leads to realization, and then ask the meaningful questions. So in Bhagavatam, again, we have a very famous verse, Munya sadhu prishtoham bhavabhira loka mangalam. Then what happens if you ask that, Yanatma suprasidate? Then Rudra asked why this battle was fought between Varaha and Lord Varaha and Hiranyaksh. So it is a spiritual curiosity and asking meaningful question. That is very important. Maitreya finally narrates that the history has been spoken originally by Brahma. And then, he is very happy. Maitreya is very happy. Vidura is asking very intelligent questions. And that too, it has come from the parampara. So that is the key take for here is Vidura eagerness to hear more and more Krishna Katha, and Maitreya glorifies his inquiry, saying that the discussion about the Lord free from one cycle of death and birth. Now going to the second section. Yeah. So this is about the uncontrolled desire and consequences. And in this chapter, what we see, Diti approaches her husband, Kashyapa, during Sandhya, which is an inauspicious time. Although Kashyapa wanted her repeatedly to say that it is an improper time. Lord Shiva is traveling. Scriptural regulation should not be neglected. But Diti was so overwhelmed by lust and insisted. And Cupid was torturing her, distressed, because she was envying her co-wives, her sisters who were also married to Kashyapa, who had children. She was looking for fame if she has children. And, if we see further, all this, what happened is, she was looking for fame. And then finally, what is a takeaway for us? The knowledge enough is not enough. So what only strong consciousness, the Krishna consciousness protects us from the temptation. And we say param, like 2.59 Bhagavad Gita, we say param drishtva nivartante, higher taste, spiritual taste conquers the lower desires. Then further, Kashyapa responds, he's not angry with, Mataji, next slide. He's not angry with Diti, even though she is, best. Dipti Mataji, can you move to the next slide? Yeah, he's not angry with Diti. Instead of being angry, he is, gently pacifying and pacifying her agitated. And he talks about, what is a grahastha life? What one has to be, he was teaching about the grahastha ashram, and also what is the meaning of it. Is the marriage is not for sensual attraction only, or enjoyment. It is to serve Krishna, producing saintly children, supporting society, helping one another in the spiritual advancement. And Kashyapan says to wife, because she's her better half, it is his duty to protect the household, and also the essential for a spiritual life. And sex life, according to religious principle, is what Krishna is saying. So Grahastha Ashrama has to be followed. And then he talks about next section where we show, next slide, Mataji, the respect for Lord Shiva. Kashyapa, saying, he's giving the reason why he is asking for postponing this union. The example is that he says, Lord Shiva, although he appears unconventional, living in a crematorium, covered by ashes, surrounded by ghosts, moving about in inauspicious time, he's a brother-in-law. He's your brother-in-law. And he has three eyes and he can see wherever we go. So even Brahma follows him. He is the greatest Vaishnava. So we cannot, disrespect him. And we have to follow Shiva's renunciation, but we should not imitate an extraordinary. That's what, Srila Prabhupada says. Follow Lord Shiva for his renunciation, but don't imitate his extraordinary activities like drinking poison and all. And Srimad Bhagavatam, among the Vaishnava, Srimad declares that Vaishvanam Yatha Shambhu, among all Vaishnava, Shambhu, Lord Shiva is the greatest. But Diti, possessed by the Cupid, he catches hold of Kashyapa and he has to oblige. And the important point here is, what is the takeaway? Association of, it is very important that marriage is meant for spiritual cooperation, not unrestricted sense enjoyment. Next slide, Mataji. Yeah. Next, you can move to the next. So what is it? So Kashyapa then took a bath and then he started doing his mantra jap. And what is the mantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. And then we see in various scriptures also, about this. So the consciousness of offsprings, it is not merely biological act, but a profound transfer of psychophysical energy. So whatever comes out, if the parental consciousness is not good, that character of an offspring is also impacted. So that is a key learning here. Next slide, Mataji. Now Diti starts repenting. She is trembling, and now she is saying, may Lord Shiva not kill my embryo. Lord Shiva is angry yet forgiving, who is merciful for all women. Let he be pleased with me. And then Kashyapa, next slide, Mataji, predicts. Diti, he says, Kashyapa is predicting to Diti that everything what happened was an inauspicious moment because of the polluted mind, defilement of time, negligence of family, apathy towards demigod. So one devotee can transform a dynasty. So then Diti has been praying to the Lord. So he predicted that you will have two sons who will be of demonic nature. So because you violated the rules of Garbhadam Samskara, so that is what is important. And 7.11 also said good progeny depends upon the purity and proper timing. Next slide. And we see example from chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita also. And what is the promise of the divine intervention? Then say, okay, there will be something good which will be happening. Even though you have these demonic children who will create havoc in this universe, because Diti has sincerely repented and respected the law, Kashyapa predicted the birth of Prahlad Maharaja. Prahlad Maharaja is described as free from envy, compassionate, dear to everyone, always seeking Krishna within and without, and he is destined for Vaikuntha. So why now? Why? So the importance here is the repentance. So because of repentance, we see a devotee of Lord, and Diti also mentioned, she was fearing that when she heard Prahlada will be Prahlad Maharaj will be born as her grandson, and then Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh will be killed by the Lord. She was happy. She said, at least it is good that Lord kills them and not that they are cursed by the Brahmana. So that was next slide, Pataji. So that was next. So yes, so joy in the master plan. So she then said it is her grandson would be the devotee of the son of devotee of the Lord, and even if it is killed by Krishna, she is happy. So this is the master plan of the Lord, and Lord, the mercy transforms apparently the misfortune into a ultimate good. So what is a key take? So key take is the whole chapter is develop, first section talks about develop insatiate desire for Srimad Bhagavatam. Then never underestimate power of uncontrolled desire. Follow spiritual regulations. Respect Lord Shiva as a great devotee of Krishna. Protect the family, keeping Krishna in the center. Never offend devotee, which is dangerous and facing material, and one will face material suffering. And Lord always protects his devotees and destroys demonic tendency. Prahlad Maharaj is an ideal model of forgiveness, compassion, fearless, and unwavering devotee. And he's an undevoting. Finally, I conclude with the statement. This chapter teaches lust can create demons, repentance invites mercy, and pure devotion creates Prahlad. So Vidura heard about Krishna Katha and the prophecy of Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. That is, and Prabhupada has been telling us what is the ultimate goal for each devotee. Just follow the path of Shastra, Guru, and Sadhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Sorry, I've taken 2 minutes more.
Nice, Mataji, very nice.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Rakshita
Krishna.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. Very,
Covered
very nicely
everything.
presented. Hare
And
Krishna.
2 minutes
Yeah.
is not to worry.
Very nice.
Nice
Mataji.
presentation,
Very well.
Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
a nice
Hare Krishna.
presentation.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to the Vaishnava.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. Today I will summarize chapter 15, the description of the kingdom of God. Hare Krishna. Rakshita Masaji, change this. When we hear the title description of the kingdom of God, we naturally expect the chapter to begin with the description of Vaikuntha. But surprisingly, it begins with darkness. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada explains that only after experiencing darkness can we truly understand and appreciate the light. This chapter, therefore, takes us on a spiritual journey of envy to devotion, material darkness to spiritual light, and finally, from impersonal realization to the pure love of Krishna. The chapter opens with Maitreya Muni describing how Diti, previous slide Mataji, how Diti was driven by lust and envy towards his co-wives, desired children. She carried Kashyapa's Muni's semen for 100 years. The Bhagavatam describes that the embryo became so powerful that the brilliance of the sun and the moon diminished throughout the universe. Imagine the entire universe becoming darker because of the envy residing in one's heart. Seeing this unprecedented darkness, the frightened demigods immediately approached Lord Brahma, who is their spiritual master, and started praying to Brahma to seek his help. Srila Prabhupada in his purport explains that this darkness was not merely physical. Its root was envy. And isn't this the same darkness we all experience every day? Whenever we become envious, whenever we compare ourselves with other devotees or desire recognition instead of service, our own spiritual life becomes covered by the darkness of ignorance. Our enthusiasm for chanting decreases, our taste for hearing fades, our service loses its joy. The material darkness always begins within one's heart. Hare Krishna. Now, instead of giving the demigods a weapon, Brahma gave them something far superior and greater. That was a vision of Vaikuntha. Out of compassion, he described the destination reached by his 4 exalted sons, the 4 Kumaras. While traveling the universe, they traveled to the Vaikuntha through the mystic power of yoga. Hare Krishna. Now let's see the description given by Lord Brahma of Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha literally means the place which is free from anxiety. Everything here exists only for Krishna's satisfaction, pleasure. The residents possess here beautiful 4-armed spiritual forms which are similar to Narayana, but they never think that I am God, though they look like him. Their only identity is I am Krishna's servant. Srila Prabhupada explains in the purports very nicely that they exist completely in Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness mode. They are untouched by passion and ignorance. As an eternal servant of the Lord, Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishner Nityadas is personified in Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, everything is spiritual and centered around Krishna, and for Krishna's pleasing, everything is manifested there. There are eternal desire trees, kirtan-filled skies, devotees singing in transcendental airplanes. Even the birds, they pause as the bees hum the glories, and the glorification of the Lord is prevalent everywhere. Imagine a world now where no one criticizes, no one competes, no one gossips. Every voice glorifies Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna. Then Srila Prabhupada reveals one of the most beautiful scenes about Lakshmi Devi herself, the goddess of fortune. She is personally serving the Lord by offering tulsi and cleaning the Vaikuntha. Not because it is dirty or there is dust, but because the loving service is the greatest treasure of this spiritual world. This incident teaches us that in Vaikuntha, greatness is not measured by position, power, wealth. It only depends on your pure devotional service. Hare Krishna. Now getting back to the main traveling 4 Kumaras. Just when everything appears peaceful, the story takes an unprecedented turn. The 4 Kumaras, after passing the 6 entrances of the Vaikuntha, at the 7th gate, the 2 doormen Jay and Vijay of Lord stop them from entering the 7th gate. Oh Krishna, what have they done? The sages, Hare Krishna, the sages have become very angry and they curse Jay and Vijay to take birth in the material world for transformation and purification, because they don't resemble and resonate with the Vaikuntha qualities. Srila Prabhupada here explains something which is very remarkable. Nothing in Vaikuntha happens accidentally. Even this apparent conflict was arranged by the Lord. Why? So that his wonderful incarnations and pastimes could later appear for the benefit of the conditioned souls like us. Also, the response of Jaya and Vijaya after realizing the mistake of Vaishnava Aparadh of stopping the 4 Kumaras reveals the devotion. They did not pray to remove the curse. Instead, what did they pray to the 4 Kumaras for? That never, please, let us never forget the Lord. What a profound lesson for everyone. A devotee does not fear suffering. A devotee fears only the forgetfulness of the Lord, forgetfulness of Krishna. As the gatekeepers are repenting, Lord Narayana arrived with Lakshmi. In unmatched transcendental splendor, the sages stood spellbound because of seeing the Lord in such a beautiful transcendental form. And they began offering the obeisances at his lotus feet. Now we arrive at what Srila Prabhupada highlights as one of the most extraordinary moments in this chapter. The four Kumaras had long been absorbed in impersonal Brahman realization. But then a single breeze carrying tulsi fragrance from the Lord's lotus feet transformed the Kumaras from impersonalists into pure devotees of the Lord, revealing the inconceivable power of bhakti. Tasyaravinda nayanasya padaravinda kinjal kamishra tulsi makaranda vayu antaragata swavivareణ chakar tesham sankha shobham akshara jushamapi chitta tanvo. Nothing else happened. No lecture, no debate, no philosophy. Instantly their hearts melted, their bodies transformed. Their realization changed forever. They became pure devotees of the Lord. If one fragrance can transform lifelong impersonalists, then certainly one round of sincere chanting, one tulsi leaf, one attentive darshan, one tulsi pradakshina, or one associations of one pure devotee can definitely transform all of us all. The lesson to be learnt. Hare Krishna. Finally, the chapter concludes with the Kumaras glorifying the Lord and praying for his eternal devotional service even in the hellish conditions. Hare Krishna. This chapter leaves us with timeless lessons. First, envy creates darkness and devotion, and only devotion can bring light. Then, Vaikuntha is not merely a destination. Its culture can begin even today. How? Whenever we hear Krishna Katha, chant sincerely, serve the devotees and act without selfishness, Vaikuntha gradually manifests within our hearts. Finally, the Kumaras teach us that real perfection is not liberation. It is loving, pure devotional service of the Lord, constantly hearing and chanting about Lord's glories. That is the mood we should aspire for. As it is said, Save punsa paro dharmo atho bhaktir adhokshaje ahetukiya pratihata ye atma supradidati. Let me finally conclude with the essence of this chapter. Darkness disappears not by fighting darkness, but only by bringing Krishna into the heart. And how will that happen? It will happen by Shrunvata Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanah Hridayantostho hi abhatrani Vidhunoti Surit Satam. Thank you all. Hare Krishna. Danvat Pranams.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice presentation Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice presentation, very powerful, very nice.
Excellent
Hare
presentation.
Krishna. Hare.
Wonderful presentation, Mataji. Excellent, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Very well presented Mataji. Hare Krishna. We have one more, right?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
So chapter 16. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I seek blessings from Radha Govinda and all the Vaishnavas to bless me so that I can complete this presentation and make less mistakes. Hare Krishna. So today we will discuss chapter 16, a summary of how Jaya Vijay descended to Bhuloka. So as Mataji was explaining, Kumaras become devotees just by smelling the tulsi when Krishna comes personally to the doorstep, right? So why does Krishna personally come to the doorstep of Vaikunta when Jaya Vijay and Kumaras are talking? What is the conversation all about? It was about Kumaras not allowed inside, and that is the reason Jaya Vijay were cursed, right? So Krishna personally comes there. Why? Two offenses are happening. One is that Kumaras are angry because Jaya Vijay do not allow them inside. So Kumaras curse them. That is one way of looking at the story. The other way is what is happening. Jaya Vijay did not allow Kumaras to take darshan of the Lord. They were blocked, right? So that is another way. So this is a misunderstanding. And whom is Lord actually supporting? Lord is actually representing Jaya Vijay, because they are his personal servitors. And that's why the Lord comes and actually apologizes to Kumaras. So what is happening over here is, our Lord personally comes along with Lakshmi Devi, and Kumaras become devotees, and then the Lord, the Lord apologizes. Because see, the Lord tolerates the offenses to his own self, but Lord doesn't tolerate any offenses committed at the lotus feet of his devotee. That is very important. Even in Padma Puran it is said, Satam Ninda Namna Paramam Aparadham Vitanate. Paramam Aparadham. It's the biggest offense to the holy name of the Lord, Vaishnava Aparadha, or blaspheming devotees. Right? So here, when Lakshmi Devi, even today we see many devotees say, I want only Krishna, I don't want devotees, right? But Krishna belongs to devotees. Without devotees, there is no Krishna. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasada, yasya prasada nagati gatopi. Right? And that's the reason why even Prabhupada created ISKCON. What is ISKCON? Society of Krishna Consciousness. International Society. Society is important. It's full of Vaishnava Sangha, right? Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Khoy, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. And why does Krishna apologize? That is another pondering point. Why is because Krishna considers devotees, his personal devotees, as his own, as his people, right? So Krishna says, we see that in the material world also. When a servant does some mistake, the master is blamed. The master is given the punishment, right? Yadyad acharite shishas tatta devataro jana, because servant learns from the master. Same way here, that's the reason Krishna comes and says, I'm ready to lop off my arm in case there is any kind of mistreatment or ill treatment done to Brahmanas, right? So he says, Krishna is the master of the universe, he's Jagannath, but he humbly begs forgiveness from the Kumaras, because Kumaras are Brahmanas. They are impersonalists, but they are Brahmanas, right? Brahmajanati iti Brahmana. So they are Brahmavadis. So he reveals a secret of his supreme opulence, right? That is, he is a servitor of his own devotees. Now Kumaras have transformed into devotees, right? So they have already become devotees by smelling the tulsi. That is the reason he says, my devotees, for my devotees, I can do anything. Madbhakta pujya bhi adhikar, right? Krishna says. And that's why he comes along with Lakshmi Devi, and he says, Brahmanas and goes, that is cows, are very, very important for Krishna. So he says, in anyone in this entire world, even down to the Chandala who lives by cooking and eating the flesh of a dog, is immediately purified who takes bath, right? This is from a different verse where Krishna says, Ahobatasva pachato gariya, right? Even a dog eater can become a devotee. Yajjiv hagre vartate namatubhyam. Immediately when he speaks the name or utters the holy name of the Lord, he can immediately become a devotee, and he is considered a Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava. So that's why Krishna says, I am ready to lop off my arm if my devotees are ill-treated, right? So when Krishna is speaking all this, Kumaras, the four Kumaras are hearing everything attentively, but unfortunately they don't understand what Krishna is saying, right? Because they are completely carried away by the nectarian words of the Lord, and it's actually Yogamaya acting here, right? So we need to understand the main points here, that Krishna is very, very attached to his pure devotees. That shows the Bhaktavatsala nature of the Lord. But here it is also said Krishna is not attached to Lakshmi Devi. Still, Lakshmi Devi is not leaving Krishna. Why? Lakshmi Devi is still attached to Krishna. Why? Because of this kind of Bhaktavatsala nature, because of the affection that Krishna is showing to all his devotees and Lakshmi Devi. Right? So this is very, very important, and he sets the standard by taking the blame upon himself. He teaches the lesson to all the leaders, right? And Tulsi's service is above all. Here there's a very interesting point where it is said, Lakshmi Devi is actually jealous of Tulsi. Why? Because Tulsi doesn't move. She's so firmly fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord, serving the Lord all the time. But Lakshmi Devi might have to leave Vaikunta, go and come to serve her devotees, to grant favors for her own set of devotees, right? That's why Lakshmi Devi is sometimes very jealous, because Tulsi is so great and she is such a pure devotee of the Lord, right? So now, In Vaikuntha, everything is pure, everybody is pure, everybody in Shuddha Sattva Guna. There is no envy, there is no jealousy, there is no any kind of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Where is the question of Jaya Vijay becoming envious of Kumaras? Where is the question of them getting angry? Why did all this happen? Right? All this happened only and only because of Krishna's divine plan. It was Krishna who actually, made all these arrangements one after the other, because of his desire to show heroism, right? He wanted to fight. He had the desire to fight. And Krishna doesn't do anything with non-devotees. Whatever he wants to do, all the pastimes, he wants only his devotees to participate, his close associates to participate, right? That's the reason Jaya Vijay got a chance to serve the Lord in this kind of, in a pastime of battle, right? The spirit of battle. And a pastime he can only share with his most elevated equal servants. Right? So this is actually a divine drama created, scripted by the Lord himself. There's no other reason. Otherwise, how can Jaya Vijay fall down? Yadgatvana nivartante tadhama paramamama. Once you go to Vaikuntha, they cannot come back. Right? Same thing happened with Shukadeva Goswami's descendants, right? Shukadeva Goswami was sent to this material world. It was not an ordinary fall down. It was for the birth of Srimad Bhagavatam. Same example we can consider for Jaya Vijay as well, right? So now Jaya Vijay start crying. They don't want to come down, right? So Krishna says, "Depart, but fear not." Right? You will come back soon. In very, very fast, you'll come back to me. Krishna cannot stay away from his devotees for a long time. That's why when Krishna comes down and Jaya Vijay fall down, right? He also comes in the form of Varahadev. He comes in the form of Narsimadev, right? So he comes in the form of Ram. He comes in the form of Krishna. So it's very, very beautiful. This is a relationship between Krishna and the devotees. Krishna cannot live without devotees. Devotees cannot live without Krishna. Krishna is devotees are anxious to serve the Lord. Krishna is more anxious to serve his devotees, right? So Krishna says, although you become demons, you fall down to the material world, you will always be thinking of me. This is a special boon. What more do we need, right? Heaven or hell? Apitulyartha darshinah, right? Sarga apavarga narakeshu apitulyartha darshinah. So meanwhile, what happens? Jaya fall down and they enter the womb of Diti through the powerful semen of Kashyapa Muni. Right? And just to have the heroic pastimes with the Lord comes in the form of Varahadev, Narsimadev, etc. And Hare Krishna. So here we will come back to the flashback here. So what is happening? The darkness is there everywhere because of Diti's pregnancy, right? In the womb, there's Jaya Vijay. So there's darkness. So all the demigods are anxious. They come to Brahma and Brahma is actually reciting. That is the reason Brahma is reciting Jaya Vijay's story. So here Brahma says this is all the act of Yogamaya, nothing to worry. And why these demons are so strong? Because they are servitors, eternal servitors of the Lord. They are Jaya and Vijay. So don't worry, Lord himself will come to rescue us. So we need to always develop Shastra Chakshu. That is important. See through the Shastras. See through the years. Right? Otherwise, everybody will be just crying, oh, there's darkness, darkness. But once now they know the reason, so demigods are also very happy. Oh, it is all Lord's pastimes. God will come and protect. There's no need for us to worry. Right? So here it is said, no, my dear sons, Lord is the controller. So Brahma is saying to the demigods, Lord is the controller of the three modes, right? And he is very, very wonderful creative power. Yogamaya acts, right? It's the master of the yogas. So we have to always take the shelter of the Lord. Lord is the supreme protector. Otherwise, whatever we do, it is of no use, right? Lord, just to please the Lord, we have to live. The Lord is ultimately every event, every descent, and every cosmic movement is ultimately an expression of his causeless mercy, a divine arrangement. So I would end with the application here. We all worry, we all have problems in our life. We all think, why problems, why problems? So Jaya Vijay, outwardly, it looked like a curse. It looked like a curse for Jaya Vijay, but actually there was a divine purpose behind it. It was a blessing. Jaya Vijay got a golden opportunity to serve the Lord in Raudra Bhav, right? And all the other secondary rasas. So when we get problems in our life, it is actually Krishna's mercy in disguise. So on this note, I will end. Hare Krishna. Thank you all. I'm so sorry. 1 second. So big
Very
thank
nice,
you to all
Mataji,
of
very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
Very nice, Mataji. Excellent.
Very nice, Mataji.
Very,
Very
very
nice
lively
presentation.
presentation.
Nice, very nice,
Excellent,
Archita
Mataji.
Mataji. Very nice.
Very Very well
Thank you.
presented, Mataji. Very nice presentation.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank
Very nice.
you. Krishna. Any questions?
Hare
Anyone?
Krishna, Mataji.
Can you hear me? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, now we can hear you,
Yes,
Mataji.
yes,
We
Mataji.
can hear you.
That was an extremely beautiful presentation. I am not sure, Krishna willing, it's coincidental or it is planned. But every time when I have to take a particular chapter, a portion of that gets covered by you all. So, the main part, or rather, I think the Vaikunthas and all that is a part of my our presentation or the content today. And I'm very happy that's covered.
Mataji, Lord is very merciful to you.
Yeah, to me, na? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, correct, no?
Absolutely, always.
Always. He takes your burden.
Absolutely. Hare Krishna. Okay, now I am going to ask you all a question. Okay. Now, and before the praise, you'll be wondering why Mataji is starting with a question. I can do only things which I'm good at, right? So, somebody asked me, Mataji, you asked so many questions. Why? I said, because telling answers are difficult and asking questions is the easy part. I'd like to take the easy part. So now, of course, today we will have session, but I'll try and see if I can get in the story part. So to bring in the story, guess the paraphernalia of Krishna. What will be the paraphernalia of Krishna? This is the question. So if you guess it right, the story comes today. So the chat is open and I'll start off with Mangalacharam. Hare Krishna. And today we will be starting the new chapter as well. So let me live is already on. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimurandasya Jnananjala Chalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadatikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitānaṁ pāvanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatade Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrnda. Come on, everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Jai Sri
Jaya
Chaitanya
Jaya
Jaya
Sri Chaitanya Jaya
Nityananda.
Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai
Jaya
Advaita
Advaita
Chandra
Chandra
Jaya
Jaya
Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda.
Vrinda.
So this is also mercy of Lord. I take Chaitanya. Many times I try and see I should control myself, but that comes in a flow. Thanks for joining in and sorry for that. Hare Krishna. Okay, so now coming back to the chapter, the 28th chapter, which is the chapter which is of my least interest. Even in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, I know normally we say that we should never tell this is a chapter is not my choice, but I'm just being upfront and honest that, Ashtanga Yoga is one chapter which I request you all to mute yourself. Ashtanga Yoga is one chapter which has always been an area of challenge initially. And I used to wonder why, because I think anything I've understood, whether it is shlokas or whether it's a subject, right? If we go back to our school days, tell me which chapter, which subject in school is the easiest? It's an easy question. Huh?
English for me, Mataji.
Do all agree it's English or is there a difference?
For me.
History.
It's different.
Hmm?
Yes, languages, Mataji. Languages. Yes.
Maths used to find
Yeah,
Maths
for
also we can get a hang with.
yeah. So why is there varied reasons? For me, science. For you, maths. For someone, language. For someone, English is the toughest, right? Why is there a difference?
Difference of
Why?
English foreign language.
different of
Mataji.
interest and ability. Interest, ability, and
The answer is very
and
nice. Not only
understanding.
ability, understanding. Very nice. One is anything which we like and do, right, is close to the heart. Anything which we just do, right, is very difficult. So, I was many times in the class, right? Students ask Om Tat Sat. So many times they ask, Mataji, how do you remember shlokas? So I thought, okay, since anyway my example of remembering shlokas is very bad. So I saw one video. Okay, I was very excited. I think Gauranga Prabhu's video, and I thought, okay, he said, how do you memorize slokas? So I thought, okay, let me just see this short clip. And probably I will tell them that I don't have a good process of memorizing, but I saw the video and let me tell you all how he did. But then what he said in that video was something which was very strange and very nice. What he said is the easy way of memorizing sloka is to fall in love in the sloka. Right? If you fall in love with the sloka, automatically the sloka will be close to your heart. So then I thought, okay, this is an answer which is nice to tell, but then this is not an explanation which I can tell as a teacher. But that's a fact which applies to everyone, right? So every chapter in Bhagavad Gita, though it's interesting, there will be certain chapters which are close to our heart, certain verses which are very appealing to us, right? So, and that's a game which we should play sometime. I want each one of you all to think which is the best shloka, maybe last day, which is the best sloka in Bhagavad Gita you like and why? And which is the best sloka you like in Bhagavatam and why? It can be within the first 3 cantos, it can be anything outside that also. But let's, for the time being, stick only to Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, right? So that, others will also be able to. If we bring some other shloka from, it's still, I mean, if it's exceptionally some shloka which is very nice from Brahma Samhita or something, it's still okay. But I just thought, can we do that? Probably on the last day of our session. Because this is something which I always like, because then we'll have different views, right? Because when one day we played this during Vishwarupam, when I used to teach, I used to ask them which part of the Lord, which part or which reminds you of the Lord. And I always used to think people will tell blue peacock, but then I realized different answers, right? Someone said breeze, like I said breeze. Someone said eyes remind me of Krishna. Someone said if I see a stone, it reminds me of Kasturaju. Then I realized someone said ankle belt. Then I thought each one have an attraction for a particular paraphernalia. So now why I'm bringing in this topic is that's why most of the time you'll be wondering, Mataji, when you're taking the course, why are we talking about story? I'm sure nobody will ask because we all enjoy stories. But then the purpose which I thought is, while we are all currently in the mood of greatness of the Lord, and the session is in the night, we should also feel and experience the sweetness of the Lord parallelly, because we are in the Bhakti Vaibhav, which means that we are technically, theoretically supposed to be elevated compared to others, right? And hopefully I will believe that we all are. And in that platform, as much as we understand the greatness, which is equally important, the sweetness will also be relishing, right? So we will relish so that in the dream, who knows that paraphernalia, you may have the chance to have seva on that paraphernalia also. By the way, chat box is empty or is it full? Sorry, there are a lot of messages, but the messages, does it talk about paraphernalia? No, it's all appreciation of the PPTs only. So today, what paraphernalia will be the topic of discussion is something which you all will type. Okay. Now let me just go back, and where I started the story and where it's going is the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita has always been a challenging chapter, and I would always download it to someone or the other. Like in Tamil, I used to download it to Anvaishana or the other. So today, I think the reason I'm telling is exactly that chapter. Krishna makes you do things which you don't like most of the time. And not that you don't like, he always, wherever you see is a challenge, Krishna gives us more opportunity. So with that, somebody is unmuting. Let me spot the person. Achha, okay. Okay, so we will do this, okay? Now, this particular chapter 28, Kapila is going to talk about Sankhya philosophy, right? And Sankhya philosophy, is it important for us to know the Sankhya philosophy? Yes, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Very nice answer. Anybody saying no? Why did was Krishna recommending Arjuna that he should follow Sankhya philosophy and do karma sannyasi? Was Krishna recommending that to Arjuna?
No, Mataji.
No.
No, right?
No.
But then why does he teach Sankhya philosophy?
To understand the difference between material and spiritual, Mataji.
Very nice. That is one. Which Krishna Arjuna already knew, no difference between material and spiritual. But then why did he actually want to teach Sankhya?
Because Mataji, these are the
Body part and
different
the
paths,
sorry.
no? So it's not
God
necessary
part.
that everyone is going to be into a devotional service.
Very nice.
Offering
So-
different alternatives.
So now you just said that people are in different path and
Someone
may
like
not be in
something-
devotional service. Very nice.
Different subjects, Mataji, the one you put question, same thing.
Very nice. Yeah, different
Oh, nice.
subjects of interest. Very nice.
Yeah.
So what happens? Let's assume that, many people even now tell me, only when there are many demigods and when there are different Puranas, there are many books, people are confused, right? If there is only one book, and if they only tell Krishna is God, and I'm not talking about people like us who've been in Vaishnava family from childhood, we'll know only one Lord who's Vishnu. But why should we have so many differences? What if we just had one book? Of course, there is only one book, Bhagavad Gita, but if there was only one path, if there is only one thing, because if that is the best path, why not only that path? Why are we having options in the first place?
You have a choice, Mataji.
Why do you need a choice? When you know two
Because
things
there's
are
diversity in the minds of the
Mataji,
people also.
for
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Because
Because
people
the
have
diversity
different,
is
they
there.
have
Not
different
Swab
activities, interests are different.
Yeah,
the
diversity in
Different
Mataji.
appreciation
different
for
modes,
different person.
Mataji.
Yeah,
People
different
are in
And modes
different
are
modes.
different,
very
diversities are there
nice.
in
So
the
people
thought
are in
processes.
different modes. People,
Yeah.
now the answer is coming. People are in different modes, so only give one choice, na. Already we are so confused in so many modes. Now you give variety, we are even more confused, na. So just imagine if I'm calling and okay, this is a classic example, right? Someone calls me and tells I give a gift. I always tell pick anything of your choice because it's very confusing, right? I always used to think that if I tell, okay, I like red, get me red, or I like blue, to be actually, to tell the truth, like blue, get me blue. Then after keeping the phone, I'll be thinking blue means what blue they will buy? Light blue, dark blue. Will they take navy blue? Will they take, greenish blue? Will they make, it makes it very complicated. Rather, you keep it simple. Then what will happen? They'll come and give one blue. Maybe I may not like it or I may like it. Then they will tell, I saw a red. It was awesome. But since you asked me blue, I got this. Then your heart beats, right? Oh my God. Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. The red would have been still better. Maybe I would still like the blue, which has come to me. But the option of, there's a word called FOMO in English, right? Fear of missing. FOMO. Missing
FOMO,
out.
Mataji.
So sometimes you get scared.
Fear of
Oh, have I
missing
missed
out.
out? Of course, it applies to a different subject, more from a knowledge point of view, but I'll take it for this context. So that is what it is, right? So we will always be having that feeling. So that why I'm bringing all of this is, so if you give options, then we will also explore. No, though Prabhupada says don't explore, then we will want to explore that. So why not just one road? When you know the best road is this. If Krishna had given only one road, there would be no confusion. Then why is Krishna giving so many? All your answers are right. But what is the core reason? If there was
Not
only-
everybody are, I mean, different people are attracted to different things.
So what? If there is only one, only when you're given choice, people are attracted. No, sirf ek hi rashtra hai, what will you do?
Mataji, it depends on their levels and capabilities also.
Agreed. Agreed to you on all your things. Only if one road is there, what will you do? See, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Mataji, Krishna wants,
Yeah,
Krishna is
yes.
Akila Rasamrita Sindhu. So he wants different varieties, Mataji.
That is for Krishna, but then why demigods? Demigod worship. He's telling, he's giving, and he's telling Abhiti Purnavagam. Why are you giving in the first place?
So that Mataji, everyone can get purified according to their own ways and ultimately reach the Lord. So gradual
what if-
purification.
Very nice answer.
Mataji, we
But
come
what if
to
there
the
is only one
Devata
road?
worship. Devata worship actually, I think Narada Muni also
Shortcut, Mataji, they are giving a
said that
detour.
it was a wrong thing what Vyasdev had given. He did all the other worships. Yeah.
Remove all that. Keep only one road. How many of you all will support if there is only one road? Confusion should solve.
Good Mataji, yeah.
Yeah, easy Mataji,
Yes.
very easy.
Easier,
So many of
Mataji.
us are there. Easy now. Our class
Yeah.
preaching also will become
Easy.
easy. I will be sitting and not taking class on Sankhya philosophy, which is very difficult for me to take. I will be sitting and telling, Krishna is wearing a peacock feather. I'm just thinking, should we keep 1 peacock or 2 peacock? What do you suggest, Balaram should also keep peacock, or what do you think? You will be telling, no, Mataji, I think, Balaram, instead of keeping peacock, we'll keep this blue color feather or white color feather. This will be the discussion. How interesting the class will be, na? And, the question paper also will say that, what is your recommendation? Should we recommend Krishna to keep 1 peacock feather or 2 peacock feathers? No, amazing it means Mahat Tattva and all that.
Funny.
Logically think. So while it may be that is also very tough, questions you never know. So about Krishna. So because Krishna, Ananta Shesha itself is not able to complete his appreciation. So imagine certain topics of Krishna, we may not be knowing, we'll be digging our heart. Just like how every time I ask about paraphernalia, you all scratch your head, yes, na? I also scratch my
Mataji, is
Yes,
it because
Mataji.
for
But some hints
increasing
should
our
be there,
faith,
no, Mataji?
Mataji?
Huh?
Is it for increasing our faith? The different
No, it
parts.
is not increasing the faith, no. See, I'm asking the question which your answers are right, but where is it increasing? By reading Sankhya philosophy, many people will become, by demigod, people go into demigod. No. Where is increasing the faith of Krishna? Hey, the chat box is open.
Only the intelligent will go
Mataji,
to Krishna,
indirectly
no,
also
Mataji.
they are worshipping the Lord because directly they are not able to understand. So
Okay.
maybe that way is
Krishna,
also the Lord is helping them.
Maybe they
So
go for
what?
material things and all, they get fulfilled with those material
Mataji,
things.
like Krishna has
So they
given so
feel
many
this is the
choices
best way,
because
Mataji.
he wants
That
only the one who really wants him to come
That's
to
okay.
him.
I'm not talking about what Krishna wants. Even then, there will be depth. Na?
No.
See, in this room, all of us believe in Krishna. 46 of us. Are you telling all are equal? No, na?
No.
So, having
No.
said that, that is fine. That is good enough. Ye yada mam prapadyante tam tateva bhajamiham mana vartamanu vartante manushyam partha sarvashah. To the extent you do, you will be reciprocating. There will be a Subhamayi Mataji who will sit with, pneumonia, and I keep telling 100 times keep your mouth closed because not because you will cough and I'll get infection because you're on online, but then you should cough and create more stress to you. I've been looking at her telling that please go back and sit. 1 second she went and again she's all front. Okay, there'll be someone like Radhika Dasi who is comfortable but still will stretch and take the class because she had a shock 3 years back also. So somebody will have whole thoughts and somebody will be presently struggling. So there will be difference. But still I'm coming back. If there is one road, just like the road which is here, we will not be struggling in our relatives, family, telling, no, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? First and foremost, all your reasons are correct. What if Krishna removes all roads and tell my road is one road? Still, he will see a difference, right? Still, someone will be highly involved. Someone will be like Dhruva, who will go for material wish and change. Someone will be like Prahlad, who will not want material wish. Someone will be like Someone will be like Purujit, who will probably still ask for a material thing, right? So there will still be variations.
Krishna has given a free will, no? It's a democracy.
But why to somebody else? Na? Just imagine, will you tell your children? I'm just asking, will you tell your children, whatever dress you want, I'll buy. Mama will buy or Papa will buy. That only we will tell. Will you tell? If we both don't buy, go to the neighbor and ask. We won't tell. Na? Right, go and ask your mama, mommy. But Krishna is giving too much of free will, no? Going by that.
Too much freedom.
So there is a reason. I want to hear that reason. Why a particular reason is there?
Is it not desire also? Is it? Desire.
Desire
The
is there.
natural love he wants, natural love, not saying, okay, you have to follow this path only and then you have to come to me.
No, that is true. But the actual reason, the core reason is, if you think, is because if he does not give these paths, all your answers are right. But the core point is, instead of making devotees or people come to him, what you said is right. Means is right, purification. But instead of coming to Krishna, if there is only one path, what will happen is people will become atheists. Because most of us believe in my way or highway. Do you agree? So if you give only one road, we all need choice because we all are having basically the ego. So if you just don't give choice, right, your mind is generally not comfortable. It applies to all of us. Even in shloka, I give you 4 simple shlokas, you will not be happy. Suppose I give you 4 shlokas with one tough shloka, it will give you a lot of happiness. Acha, I will select 4. Correct or not? Most of the time when we give that shloka, we know very well that shloka you all won't choose. Right? But if I remove that, you will not have that. Not only you, even for me. right? Suppose we go to buy a car and I don't like, let's say, let me take brown color. I don't like brown. So if I'm going and selecting, if he says, we had a brown color, it was brilliant, but currently it's not available, still ask, when will the brown come? I'm not going to buy that brown, right? But still I will like, because we like to have choices. And the main reason for that, whatever answer you told us, if Krishna closes door, he knows people will become atheists, because love, 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 people will tell that what love? I want this. Will you give it to me quickly? No, I'll give it to you only if it is good for you. So you are you to decide that I'm good or not, Krishna. I will decide what is good for me. Keep quiet, Krishna. So what will happen? Krishna, I don't want you. Go out of the house. So even the small deity which many of them had in the house originally used to take that deity and keep it out and then make human beings as God. Who will the human being be? A Rakshasa or someone, right? Instead, Krishna created demigod. You want to worship demigod, at least they are my devotee, right? So I'd like power of attorney, guardian, it's better I teach you. If you don't listen to me, I'll put a tuition teacher, because at least the tuition teacher is under my control. But suppose I leave you, you will go and take a demon. Demon is also under, correct, but demon is someone who is supposed to be within my control, not in my control. So that will be the topic of discussion, right? So with that note, we will start the first thing. Just 1 second. Hare Krishna, please start the first one.
Hare Krishna Mataji. 28, no? Chapter 28.
Yes.
Yes.
So, text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Yogasya Lakshanam Vakshye Sabijasya Nrupatmaje Manoye Naiva Vidhina Prasannam Yati Satpadam. Thank you.
Very nice. So they are talking about Hare Krishna. So they are talking about what is the heading? What is the topic?
Hare Krishna, translation Mataji.
Sorry, please go ahead. Translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
Translation.
please read the translation.
Okay. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Godhead said, My dear mother, O daughter of the king, now I shall explain to you the system of yoga, the object of which is to concentrate the mind. By practicing this system, one can become joyful and progressively advance towards the path of the absolute truth. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So basically, he is now going to explain, right, the yoga. Now, answering the question, what happened? What was the mother's lamentation? Devayuti's lamentation with respect to Kardama Muni. There was something which she was actually lamenting. She was expressing the problem, or rather the biggest mistake she made. What was that?
She wasted her time in material things rather than.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Right. So
And
four
she
modes
was not fearless. She
very nice.
was fearful.
Yeah, we are in the other side, or some of us are on the other side. FOMO. We have a fear of missing out. But Devayuti never feared throughout the life of missing out something. She was doing seva. She was more connected a bit materialistically. But the main purpose, right? When you have, like, I still remember my mom telling that, her mom was extremely good in making croissant. The crochet, what do you call that? In the hand they will do, right? Croissant. Right? I'm getting the food course only. So she used to tell me that I never learned that. I still miss that. Now I used to tell her, no problem, you can do online. But that heart always says, it doesn't matter. No, but my mom itself was very good at it. I should have learned. Same way, what Devayuti, you will tell that, what she could have learned from any guru. But the fact is, she had her husband with whom she spent 24/7, and it would have been the easiest way for her to learn, right? Why would she miss that and go after someone? That was her lamentation. Right. So what she missed in her husband or with her husband is what she will learn with her son. So what the husband says, who is very close to your heart, husband or son? Honest answer.
Son.
Yeah. Generally, whoever has son or daughter, okay, / So generally the child becomes very close to the mother's heart. Okay. Now the mother may tell or may not tell. That's a different issue. But the fact remains this. Truth remains this. The reason I'm saying is, that means someone whom she has missed out, the pain can be removed only by someone who's more closer. You're understanding what I'm saying? So how will the pain of someone go? Only by telling, which is why there is a situation when they say, tell me, where did you read that the son is a representative of the husband. As long as the son is there, the mother does not. Technically, only on paper she's a widow, but really she's not. Where did we read that?
When Draupadi
With Drona.
He
Drona,
said-
when he
Yeah.
Because Mataji's son is the representative of the father.
she didn't perform sati
Ah,
because her
very
son was there.
Very nice. The son is a representative because, right, in Dronacharya's case, she was alive as long as Ashwatthama was there. So that was Draupadi's thing. Same way, here the son is going to talk about something which she is missed taking from her husband. So that is a very big consolation. With that only the husband says goodbye and she also says, Tata, bye-bye, my son is here. Not in the literal sense, but the concept, right? So now here, where in Bhagavad Gita, is he telling, because here Kapila, they are talking about Kapila as someone who is going to talk about authorized yoga. I want to ask you all one question again. Do you all follow yoga? Yes, no?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. Yes.
What yoga?
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga,
Smart team. Huh? I thought you'll tell no. Yeah, we
Mantra
follow
yoga.
Bhakti yoga, right? We follow Bhakti yoga. Who said Karma yoga?
No, Mataji, Mantra Yoga.
Mantra yoga.
both
Acha,
the
acha.
same,
Okay,
same.
okay. That's
Yeah.
called Bhakti yoga. Perfect. So we are also following, right? So therefore, how different, or rather, whatever Kapila Muni, right, is talking, is that, okay, forget about whether it's relevant to us. Is that also
Shikala,
means to
send
reach the
please.
God? Is there a road to meet God through Kapila Muni also?
Hello.
Yeah?
Through Sankhya Yoga also we can attain the Lord.
Yeah, with Sankhya Yoga also we can reach the God. But then why are we not following
Long time
Sankhya
I'm
Yoga?
shouting, send.
Why are we not following Sankhya Yoga?
It is not recommended to this age.
It is not recommended to this.
It is very difficult.
Yeah.
Path.
So then what you are telling me is, okay, we are not following because it is not recommended. Then would you recommend this if we were in some other yoga?
Ruta Yoga.
Still no. Because the
No.
easy one is Bhakti
Still
Yoga.
is Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah, because Krishna is telling what? Klesho dikadaras tesham avyakta chakta chetasam.
Chetasam.
Avyaktai gatir dukam deya vadbir avapsyasi. Because very difficult, right? Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyante. Vasudevam sarvamiti sa mahatmasu durlabha. Such a Mahatma is very rare, right? This level of realization is easy. But however, Kapila is teaching this because there are many roads which will ultimately lead to Krishna. But there will be some people, which I've seen also. I've seen many of us also who still feel, not still, at least at the beginning, feel, I should do this. My endeavor. All of us have done Damodar Leela. All of us know it. What are the significance of the two in short?
Perseverance,
Endeavor and
Krishna's mercy.
mercy.
Our endeavor and
Grace.
Lord's mercy.
Our endeavor and Lord's mercy, right? So problem for all of us is we forget about Lord's mercy. We only think about our efforts. And I'll tell you, you'll be thinking, Mataji, no, Mataji, this all is in the beginning. How many of you all feel still we have this mindset?
Yes, Mataji,
Honest.
it happens. We might not be knowing or considering it, but it happens, Mataji.
Thank you very much. Very beautifully she told. It happens. Many times we think we are not like this. We fully depend on God only. Depend on the God in the sense we believe in his endeavor. We 100% depend on his endeavor. But if you go inside and see, many times it's not. I've done, what do you say, retrospection, whatever you call it. I'm not getting the word. But when I do that introspection, right? Thank you. Introspection. when I did-
Introspection.
Yeah. So I got the word. So when I did that, I realized one thing. Every time I used to tell, if things go a little shaky, all right? So I used to tell with in-laws or something generally I'm saying, which will happen for most of us. Because this is Dukkalema Shashvatam. I will tell, no. I want a perfect thing in everything, right? Financially, physically, with family, both house, in-laws and all that. Right. So I used to, my friends used to ask, you never used to ask this wish 5 years back. Why suddenly? I said, because today, if anything goes wrong, everybody will tell that is why she came to Krishna conscious. Yes or no? My mindset, I'm telling you. May be true, may not be true. They will be telling if anything goes wrong, even if I fall sick, they will tell, see, maybe she already had some sickness, which is why my thing, right? So many people have asked me also, is there any problem? I said, what problem? TK, na, everything is okay at home. Everything is okay. Why suddenly what happened? No, suddenly I saw you becoming so spiritual. Arey, I ideally should have been like this. So now the problem is not that I had this problem ever since I was born. Ideally, now only I'm coming out of the problem, right? So that time I used to think. Then every time when I used to have a problem, I used to think, forget about others. I used to think of Krishna, others I'm not bothered. That's a second issue because people will anyway crib. But then even to you, I need a situation where I have everything. You know, does anyone know? I'm just giving an example. In the entire Bhagavatam, who's my hero worship? Not Krishna. Krishna is
Balaram.
again Vishnu Tattva. Yeah, thanks. Balram is my hero worship. But very nicely, Prabhu, I think he has understood me in and out. Among the devotees, I will make that clear. Not among Jiva Tattva.
Nityananda.
Nityananda is
Nada.
not Jiva Tattva.
He is not Jivatata.
NND Prabhu.
No,
You
among
mean
the Srimad
Jiva
Bhagavatam.
Tattva?
Of course, NND Prabhu, but among the Jiva.
They were saying Narad, Parishit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj, very nice. Close guess. Next.
Vidura.
Actually, no. Next. Parikshit was close.
Okay, then Maharaj Amrish.
Absolutely. Who said that?
I said Mataji.
Subhamai Mataji, I guessed it. Okay. Amrish Maharaj. You know why? Of course, Parikshit is also a very close guess because I used to think Amrish had everything, right? Wealth was nice. Everything was perfect. And then he gave up everything and went to Krishna. Or rather, he wanted to give up. So I used to tell Krishna, I should have everything. I used to tell my friend, I need to have everything because I want to give up Krishna. Because when Krishna sees me, I want to tell Krishna, Krishna, all that is what you gave me, but I've given up everything for you. Okay. She used to laugh. Okay. And one day she was asking me, why you are thinking like that? Maybe if you have everything, you will not think of Krishna. That came in, that she told as a joke. Right. But then it went into my mind very deeply, which is a very valid point. Every time we have a challenge, every time we have a problem, it can be office, it can be personal, it can be emotional, it can be anything. Maybe we will not go to Krishna because that is what is Krishna's 1 inch of mercy. We should realize this. Are you able to relate to what I'm trying to tell?
Yes, Mataji.
Right. But instead, why I'm telling this is because most of the time, and though we may call ourselves Bhakti Yogis, do you see there is a fitment in Sankhya subtly? See, I have never done Sankhya. I cannot also do Sankhya because you'll see me during class itself, you'll see me jumping 10 times in the same place, right? So, for someone like me, I don't think I can even be close to sitting for 2 minutes in one place to think of doing a Sankhya Yoga. But even then, we'll be thinking I am a Bhakti Yoga candidate. But certainly we are Sankhya Yoga candidates, which means that I want my own endeavor, some part of my life or certain things to go to Krishna. I am not talking about chanting. I am not talking about deity worship. I am not talking about meditation, which we have to do, which is part of sadhana. I'm not getting into the sadhana part. I'm talking of areas which are even outside sadhana. And I gave myself as an example because I didn't want to pull anybody else in the story. Because somewhere we have a feeling at a subtle level, we are all having the feeling me factor. End of the day, what is important? Getting centum is important, or after we get centum, will anybody ask, oh, your mother taught her, your tuition teacher taught her? Maybe one time they'll ask, but does anyone care? Getting centum, is it important? Or getting 99 mark through some self-learning is important? Centum, now finally you tell me, what is important 5 years later? Centum. I'm just giving a thing. Same way, going to Goloka, is it important? Or going to Goloka by your own effort, or by devotee effort, or by Krishna's effort? Which is important?
Going to Goloka.
My own
Going to
effort.
Goloka, Mataji.
Right? Going to Goloka. But why is this thought coming? Means this thought is because subtly some Janma, many years back or somewhere, we would have all followed some part of Sankhya philosophy. Somewhere we think that my own endeavor, I should do. See, why is that I factor? Krishna, as you know, they say, if you so desire, right? What did they tell? Even for Guru Maharaj prayer, they say, if you so desire, please take care of Guru Maharaj. If you so desire, please extend the life of the Guru Maharaj. If you so desire, we have to put, right? But whereas when it comes to our thing, we don't tell if you so desire. We tell Krishna, as per my desire. That is my statement. Now, as per my desire, I should be like Amrish Maharaj. Why, whom I to desire? Krishna, if he has a conversation with me, what he will tell? He will tell, your desire can be Amrish Maharaj, but you don't have even one quality of Amrish Maharaj. If you have to become like Amrish Maharaj, you have to live maybe 1 million lives. After that only you will come. Instead, I'm trying to see some shortcut. In few janmas you can come. Why are you not taking? Logically correct, no? Is he right or not? But my perception thing, My perception is I want. Nothing wrong in having a hero worship. I'm not denying it. But the fact is, to be a hero, we can follow the hero, but we cannot copy the hero. Right? If the guest comes and talks for 1 hour, I will go to the kitchen and drink twice water. Third time, I will keep the water in the hall because I'll be lazy to go to the kitchen. If I am like this, I cannot compare myself with Amrish Maharaj. Of course, I can appreciate my Amrish Maharaj. Same way, if my level is like that, Krishna knows, okay, Radhika Dasi's level is this, so he will bring down the standard for me. I'm not talking about sadhana standard. I'm talking about how he should work around. He will work. He'll make the plan. Right? He will not sell Durvasa Muni. But he will send some small Muni in the name of, in the name of a child or in the name of a spouse, in the name of the in-law or in the name of a neighbor and create small trouble because he knows very well this is a level to which people will do. Lord will never give us exam, which is where we will fail. Agreed or not? Huh? Exam means you're keeping quiet. I should change the topic. Huh? Hare Krishna. Okay. Absolutely. I said Lord. I never said Radhika. Yeah. So, yeah. So therefore,
Mataji, we are still after shocked.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said Lord, I said Krishna. So Kapila's system, Krishna consciousness, right? He teaches and he talks about self-realization, Krishna realization, all that. Let's move on to the second verse. And before you read the second verse, I've still not seen the paraphernalia. So I don't think anybody needs a story shortly. We're thinking of handling.
Clue for the paraphernalia.
No, type in the chat.
No, we have not completed stick. You had more to say about the stick.
Stick is over. We are on new paraphernalia. So new paraphernalia, I don't want to give the clue, you all will catch it. But I can tell that the new paraphernalia is very connected to us. So now chat is open, you can type and you can move on to the second verse. Translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One should execute his prescribed
chat is on. Type the chat.
Because it's raining, no? So I put umbrella.
Sorry, Mataji, once again, type in the chat. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
One should execute his prescribed duties to the best of his ability and avoid performing duties not intended for him. One should be satisfied with as much as he achieves by the grace of the Lord. And one should worship the lotus feet of the spiritual master.
Why do they say you should perform duties which are within your scope? In the sense, if I'm a Brahmana, I should do a Brahmika duty. If I'm a Kshatriya, why is that thing? Because we are talking about guna karma. So therefore, as per my guna, I may do some other duty. No? Why is Krishna sticking his guns to this?
Because I'll be good in whatever I am born with.
Religion of
No?
society.
I'm a Brahmana. I can do better as a Brahman.
Yeah,
if
that
I
is what
try
I'm
to
also
take
telling.
others.
So it's a Swadharma. This is my
Very nice.
Swadharma.
This is
Yes,
my
it's ourself.
Swadharma. It's my Swadharma. Also, this is like this, right? I will make it more clearer if I give an example. Sarita Mataji is a doctor, right? So what is she good in medicine? So Mataji, what are you specialized in? She's not here.
Gynecology and obstetrics.
She's a gynecologist, Mataji.
And she's not here. That's strange. I was just wondering. Okay.
No, it is her birthday today, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare, happy birthday. She's enjoying her birthday.
Let her come. Let her come. I think she would have.
Mataji, I'm here.
Okay.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mataji.
Happy birthday,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Happy birthday.
Birthday, Mataji.
Unknowingly.
Thank you so much. I'm so blessed, Mataji. So many good wishes have come today to me.
Yeah, see, look at Krishna's plan. No, unknowingly,
And
I
that
dragged
also
her name.
from Vaishnavas, Mataji.
Very well, very nice. You're a very true, pure, heading to a pure Vaishnava. So don't worry. We will all celebrate in Goloka Vrindavan together, your birthday. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
I know somebody will ask, Mataji, how will birthday you will celebrate? The day when we enter Goloka Vrindavan is birthday, na? Yes or no? According to our definition. So we'll celebrate on the day all together.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So now coming back to the point, right? Mataji is a doctor, right? Gynecologist. Now, for the time being, she might perform another duty, like skin doctor, skin rashes. But generally, if the rashes become very acute, what will you suggest, Mataji? If the skin rashes are so acute.
Go to a dermatologist.
Right. Because she will not take things.
Into another one field, Mataji. Tell me.
Yeah.
I'll
very
be
nicely.
not the justice with the patient. I will not do justice, no.
Right. Now, this is one angle of it.
Yeah,
Now, let's go
preliminary
to
treatment I might give according to understand, but then I would not get into others. My enough handful of my own field.
yeah. So because it is even if it is difficult, right? Gynecology, I'm very surprised she's a gynecologist. I'll tell you why. Because I have never seen any gynecologist smile. To be very honest, I'm a family of doctors. That's it, all are doctors. Okay. So all my cousins used to tell you'll never see them smile, not because they are grumpy. It is because they are very stressed out on job, right? Because they are 24/7 on call. It's an emergency. Because any other profession, to an extent, is planned. Except on heart attack, where somebody will still give you time. But gynecology is a department, nobody will know when the child will be born. Okay, except the Lord, not even the mother. Right? So in that case,
And
they'll be
Mataji,
called.
you picked that field which is for my Prabhu. He's a cardiologist. That's
Oh,
why you said heart attack.
yeah. Oh, okay. So now you can imagine, right? So these are the challenges, right? So with that, they really lose their smile, they lose their thing, they are called for, they don't. So with that, still they will not tell, yeah, this is boring. Yeah, might as well, forget all that. I still have MBBS. I'll go and treat for crores in medicine. They don't do because their swadharma is that they have to do this. I'm just going to a subdivision of that. Now, sometimes they may even think about, forget medicine, yeah. At time, my cousins all used to tell, oh, medicine, because my mom's side, are all engineers, right? My dad side are all doctors. So you can imagine the kind of political war which will go on. So many times they will forget it, yeah. Aram se I will go sit down in one AC room and tell them what to do and get salary. Not worry, no tension, Baba. Right? No worry also. If the patient goes fine, they will tell, bless you. If the patient dies, then all the curses also come to me. Instead, might as well be an engineer. Other person, the mom said, they will tell, Arey, yaar, you should be a doctor, yaar. You're treated like God. I'm an engineer here. Every time I have to go out, no matter how big I am, I have to go and have a look at it. Irrespective of whatever engineer, I have to put my head into the, that whatever. So these kind of conversation goes on, which means the other side of the grass is always green. This is one. Second thing is sometimes we may be genuinely be able to do another task excellently, but still we have to stick to our task, which is why Krishna is telling Arjuna, boss, you're fighting, you're a Kshatriya, because your natural impetus to do that. Right now, you keep Mataji, she as a doctor, which is a gynecologist, she suddenly let's decide. She decides, no, I will downgrade myself, I will do only MBBS, right? Everything she will tell, she'll sit down. Suppose one pregnant lady comes and she says, I have fever. She will only treat for fever. Suppose she's due for delivery, what she will do? Immediately she will take control. Yes or no? She will not tell, sorry, Mataji, I'm an ex-gynecologist. She won't, because her natural ability for a particular task will come up. Right? Like how she said, like my brother is a cardiologist. This natural propensity for that will come. So this is our nature. So we cannot beat the nature because it becomes our swadharma. So that is why we should not take another duty and we should always surrender to the bona fide spiritual master. Very, very important point. Now, again, I'm touching family because I don't want to take examples on this, which is a very controversial subject. That is why we had one experience with a fake guru in one of the family. So anytime we talk about guru, people get very upset because this particular guru had brought in a very rich family, including they had car, everything literally on streets. So the moment you tell guru, the family is extremely in a bad thing. So in a way they are right? So why should we take to a spiritual master? Because my family had a bad experience. So should I not listen to my family and not accept a spiritual master? Not only am I Harinam initiated, now I'm Brahminical initiated also. I'm sort of an anti-family. So you should we not do that? Pratyaksha Praman, family has experienced a bad episode of a master or a spiritual master or a guru. What should we do?
Follow Shabda Praman.
Sabda Praman only, no. Okay, very nice. Sabda Praman, no, I don't know. Okay, very nice. Sabda Praman, we'll follow. Sabda Praman is my mama, my mommy, everyone told me very dangerous.
Mataji, that Shabda should come from the right bona fide source, Mataji.
Very nice. Now the answer is coming. Sabda should come from light Bhagavata source. Fine. But then I had a bad experience, no. So what should I do? So what example? Suppose I'm coming and telling you, Mataji, our family, we had a bad experience. I will not go. What will you tell?
Mataji, it should be according to the scriptures, no? So there has to be some authentic source. authoritative, so
I don't
it
know
has to
all
be
that.
authorized.
I don't know all that. My family is telling. So give me more convincing answer. You are all teachers, right? Give me
There
an
was
example.
no parampara, maybe they didn't
Mataji,
follow
from
the
an
parampara.
experienced person, we will follow somebody who is experienced enough
This guru
to
was very,
guide
very
us.
experienced. This guru was very, very experienced in the family. He was there for like 100 years.
Mataji, maybe that guru did not have a proper Guru Parampara.
Very nice answer. But how do you know? I don't know. All your answers are correct. But will that convince me? You tell me, will it convince me?
When we
Mataji.
have
We will see
strong
that
faith,
that was a blind faith. They had a blind faith. So
How dare you tell my faith is blind? That's all. I'll become rebellious. Correct or not?
Mataji, then we will see who is practicing properly.
because you have stopped that practice, or you have now become atheist, so that was a blind faith. Otherwise, if you would have a right faith, you would have continued.
Very nice.
Sorry, I said that.
No, correct. So basically, slowly you show an example of a guru practicer, which is a very nice example. Demonstrate, which is what I'm planning to do. Even though born in a Vaishnava family, my cousin is suddenly telling Sai Baba is God. I told, when on earth, first of all, I'm not even getting into authorized or unauthorized. Sai Baba, neither Buddha who was God itself never said he's God, but people made him God. Sai Baba has never said he's God. People made him. She said, no, Sai Baba, is Krishna. I said, who told? Everybody's saying. Who said everybody? She looked at me. Now, if I go and tell her no, she's going to feel offensive. So the best thing I can tell is increase her faith in Krishna. Add more Krishna to her rather than reduce the belief, right? So the best thing is one answer what came from you is right. Give an example of practicing devotees who have been very successful. Very nice answer. Show by demonstration. Second one, what I can do next?
Follow Shastra.
Shastra. One more example I can tell is
Read the Shastras.
read the Shastras for proof. And third example is accidents cannot become the standard, right? For example, there are so many children who are getting delivered in the hospital. There could be one child, unfortunately, who would have died. Can you generalize telling that, oh, no. In my family, hospitalization means death. Therefore, all future deliveries we'll have in the house only. And that too, let it be on our own. One of us will take care of. Will we tell that? No. Why? Because one is an accident. Same way, one family, there is an accident. It invariably, many years back, my bua's son passed away in a bike accident. Nobody in the family were allowed to ride bikes. So we were all very curious about bike. Do you think it stopped us? No. Everyone used to take the friend's bike and ride. Right? So my dad used to call and tell, he taught me bike. He said, anyway, people will do all this. So why you have to go and learn from your friend's bike? You come, I will itself teach. So my dad taught me bike when I'm telling is not two-wheeler, the proper bike with gear. He told, I'll teach you. So he taught me. So the reason I'm telling you is sometimes we will be meeting with accidents, but the accidents should not stop us. Doesn't mean that bike accident only people die. Car accident also people die. Yes or no? Same way delivery in the house, maybe 10. In the hospital, maybe 1, but we are taking an example of 1. So every time, many times when you tell ISKCON also, people will tell, ISKCON also, yeah, this happened. True. But that may be one-off case. But the fake gurus are so many people outside. Therefore, we should always follow bona fide spiritual master. Surrender to him. Right? Many people have a challenging mentality, which is very, very wrong. Surrender is something, when do we see surrender mentality? We have to spend.
When one has a faith.
Excellent. Very nice.
Respect.
One has faith, right? So Prabhu told me, Mataji, your hero worship is Namanishra Prabhu. Very true. When Namanishra Prabhu sweetly talks also, for me, the effect will be same. He yells at me also, that effect is same. Why? Okay. Many times some of the Mataji also ask, Mataji, Prabhu scolded you and still I'll be serious. That is different. But I will never get upset or angry. I will only be upset because I was not able to fulfill his task. The reason is because of faith. Correct? But if somebody, it's not that I'm very generous and all. If somebody scolds me, I'll be very upset. We agree or not? Right. Like I'm just telling, for example, my neighbor right now, just before the class, right, took me a couple of minutes. The gate was open. So my mom was telling, please close the door and go. Okay, immediately she was telling, no, they're not closing. So she immediately got offended. He said, morning also the gate was not closed. The big gate was kept open. She said, no, it was for 5 minutes. We took the car and came in the morning. But nights are risky because animals will come, dogs will come inside. People also come because it's an independent house. He immediately got offended. No, I will fix another gate. See, the problem is people react differently. They don't even know the age of the person whom you're talking to and all that. And my mom is a person who's very polite and calm. She was very upset, and I've never seen her crying. She started crying. But I was very surprised because I think I saw her crying 8 years back with my father. Then she told me, I'm just acting. Okay. And I told, no, that's okay. Relax. You talk to your son. You might feel better. But having said that, what I was saying is, I told my daughter used to tell, we don't have to act among ourselves. She used to tell, right? We can be honest, right? I'm upset. You can, among the very important among devotees also. We should be very outside world is different, but among the devotees, we should always tell, you're upset. This part of it hurt me. Nothing wrong. You can always share it in the right way, but we should always share the feeling. And also, what I'm telling you is, bottom line is faith. The higher the faith in a person, irrespective of whatever you talk, it works fine. And I've seen that, in our own behavior, right? When you trust someone, and it will apply to all of you all. Why we need a guru? Because when you trust a guru, you will learn the habit of getting trusting. Having trust in someone. Example, Krishna. We should trust Krishna, but unfortunately, we don't. Do we trust Krishna 100%? Tell me honestly,
Yes,
do we
sir.
trust? Who said yes? Please raise your hand.
Yes, Mataji, we trust Krishna.
We all trust Krishna. Do we trust Krishna 100%?
No.
We all trust, but not fully, like you said.
I think Vrindavaneshwari Mataji's answer is the correct answer. We all trust Krishna, but not 100%. If we think we are trusting Krishna 100%, then we have to go back and think, because I'll tell you why. Trusting Krishna means we will be completely confident. No matter whatever comes to us, it's Krishna's wish. We will all be thinking, yes, Mataji, we are very confident. But if there is a shake in the routine, we will see our reaction. Sorry, I'm taking in a different topic. Think of all of us. We have all had a journey for 8 months together, yes or no? More than that, 5 years, but a very daily journey of 1.5 hours to 2 hours for the past 8 months, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? Question number 2. Do I look like a demon? Yes or no? Yeah, don't give so much gap. No, right?
What are you saying, Mataji?
Do I look or behave like a demon? I asked.
No, Mataji.
Huh? Have I been unreasonable? Yes or no? Answer should come immediately. No, right? So you all know me. Yeah, so you know me, like 8 months. More than that, many of you all know 5 years. But the reason I'm bringing this is, let's take the question paper. The moment there was a small deviation in the paper, or rather a twist in the question, how did all of us react? I'm just telling, give it a thought. Not pointing anyone, but just give it a thought. How many of you all felt? I got a lot of sorry messages that night. But that night I did not sleep. I was very hurt. I don't know why, but I was so hurt, not because of the paper or anything. I was prettily taken by shock, because I'll tell you why. All the 8 months, right? I used to tell in other classes also, I have seen such sattvic devotees, amazing knowledge and all that. Jnana very high, no doubt. But that little bit I was taken back and hurt because I did not see the reaction. But it applies to all of us. You all also, me also. What happened? How many of you all felt our Rajogino and Tamogino came up? Honest answer.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Mataji.
Right. Forget about it. Right. Now there are 2 things. Many sorries came to me. I was happy, why? At least we go back and feel we are wrong. But there will still be 1 or 2. Nobody told, but I'm just going by my own thing. We'll still feel what I did is correct. Yes or no? How many of you all did? Mataji, my reaction is correct. My behavior is correct. How many feel like that in this group? Even if you don't raise your hand, I'm okay. But if you feel in your mind also, the point is we have to think. Because it is always Krishna's plan. Forget about believing 2 things. One is Krishna. Will Krishna put us in such a die-hard situation that we've all been sincere students sitting 1.5 hours per day for 8 months? Will he put us at the final stage in such a bad place that we will fail and lose our Bhakti Vaibhav module 1 credits? Will Krishna? Yes or no? Answer.
No.
Right. But did we even think that? Right. Second thing is assuming I am the demon. Let's assume. Even then, right? Would I be so rude telling that, no, Mataji, out of 43, only 3 cleared, 40 failed. Therefore, 40 people will not get your bhakti. You will not move to module 2. Would I say that? Did I ever come up
No.
in the 8 months like someone who is, of course, see, one thing is very clear. If my motive is very clear that we all have to go to Goloka, okay? I will call you softly. I will call you harshly. Worst case, I will even hold you by your hair and pull you. I'm telling you that. Now itself, I'm telling you. I am not the sweet teacher. For me, the aim is, suppose you come and tell, no, Mataji, I will catch the next flight. I will tell, let's just come. I will catch your head. I will not even catch your hand. I might even catch your hair and drag you. Right? Now, somebody may tell, Mataji, why you are catching by hair? I will tell, boss, swimming pool also, you are advised to hold the hair. Right? So you cannot tell holding the hair is wrong. You will tell, Mataji, this is not swimming pool. It will hurt the person. Doesn't matter. But once we go to Goloka, then all this will be forgotten. So I will still do any means to do that. But having said that, the faith, right? What was worrying me was not about exam. I was thinking, I was telling Sattva Guna, we are here. Suppose we are exhibiting Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Can you imagine how much of efforts we have to put to go to Goloka? And not only you, even me. Right? Everybody's Tamoguna came out. Yes or no? So the reason is how tough it becomes for us. The point is every problem, it is not the solution which is important. Every problem, reaction is important. In our life, if we go back, we think of a 14-year child who writes the 10th exam. Every one of us would have got one subject out of portion. How many of you all agree? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Huh? Do we stop and make an issue? Do we close the paper, walk out of the class, or do we write? What will we do?
We will start
We
writing
write, Mataji.
some
Right?
tukkas or some
Suppose your
whatever
child.
will come to our mind, we'll try everything to answer.
Yeah. Suppose your behavior is seen by your 10th standard child. What the child will tell? Amma, Papa, Mama. Right? You yourself for your exam are making so much noise, and I'm only 14 years old. When a syllabus paper came out of portion, what advice we give? But beta, even if it is out of portion, think, write something and come. Don't leave the paper blank. Don't pick a fight with the teacher. Do we tell all this or not?
Yes.
Yes or no? Do we follow what we preach? That's all I'm telling. I'm not telling what we did is right or wrong also. Do we follow what we preach? Or will you tell your child, behave exactly what I did? Talk to them, put your foot down, call for 3 people. Let's make a noise. Let's change the paper. Would you advise that? Hare Krishna.
The
Hare
real
Krishna,
exam was
Mataji.
not CB, it was the way we it's our life.
Mataji, we are very sorry. Like first
Mataji,
part,
No.
very
I'm not
many
telling
of
this
us,
to
no,
apologize.
many of
Please
us,
don't.
Mataji, the
we
very
muted
simple thing is
and we continued when it was said. So I don't know what all went. But in the beginning, when we saw the questions, all it was mostly of Prabhupada or Kadambamuni or what did we learn. But as we come now, the chapter is now coming where Devahudi is learning from Kapila Dev. But the
No, the
question
point
was
is not
there, what
subject.
did she learn? No,
No,
like what did she learn?
no.
So no, but the thing was, Mataji, like that, when we first read the question, like all was mostly, it was not there what we expected. We have learned around
I'm not.
60 questions. No,
I'm not
60
even getting into
questions
that.
we prepared the purport, we did little of learning, and when we saw it was very different, what we were expecting also was not there. It was not one question was different. It was like, when we saw the question, it was like 10 questions was different only. For me, because
Just
I
hold
have
on for 1
missed the
second.
classes.
Just hold on for 1 second. I'm trying to drive a different point. Again, we are getting into the subject matter. What I'm trying to tell again is the same thing. I'm telling you a situation which will be different when it is unexpected. Should our reaction be that is all I'm talking. Now, again, we are getting a postmortem of how the situation is. I'm not doing that. Please, I'm sorry if that is a Deepti, I'll take your minutes. I am not here to do that. Right now, what we are having a conversation right now, what you're doing is the postmortem. I'm not doing the postmortem of the paper. I'm doing the postmortem of the behavior. Even now, for a moment, do we see our thought? Instead of postmorteming our behavior, our mind is shifting to postmorteming the answer, which means somewhere we are justifying our reaction is correct. Do we agree with me? See, where is our mind going? We are not trying to see the behavior, and I'm now enforcing on the behavior. Something unexpected comes to us. We are again thinking, I put effort. I am done this. Therefore, my expectation is this. It did not match. Are we postmorteming? Which means we are actually justifying our behavior. Sorry is fine. But deep inside what I'm telling, sorry is not what I'm trying to tell. Our life will go like this. I'm talking about Krishna conscious. I'm not talking about exam. Point is, we will have ups and downs. We should not think of quitting. We should not think of,
So we didn't quit, Mataji. Nobody quitted. We said that
nobody quit. Nobody
yes,
quit. So end of day, which was very nice. I was very happy. Nobody quit. But I'm just telling you the thought, because many of them told, we will quit. I will do. Even the people who said they will quit never quit. They were sitting and writing, which means what? End of the day, everyone has to go through whatever is there for them. But can we accept that with a broad smile, or can we accept that with complaint? This is our choice. What
Mataji, because
Yes, Mataji,
you're so
shall
friendly
I?
with us, Mataji. You're so friendly, you're so dear to us. We never thought that it was kind of disrespect. We thought that maybe it came as
you're getting me wrong. I'm not talking about disrespect. I never felt I was disrespected. It was not. I'm talking about what
no, we felt
behavior
very
was coming out.
frank in expressing ourselves that Mataji, this was very difficult. Like that it was, Mataji.
You're not getting my
No.
point. I'm not talking about me at all.
Excuse me,
I came into
Mataji,
the
shall
picture
I
later.
just...
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, I just want to
Shall I
share
read,
one
Mataji?
realization. And the
Yes.
realization is that we usually we don't work on the root cause. We don't try to find out the problem, that we really lack that complete surrender, that we try to control the situation. And that is where we really have to work. And that is known as Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja.
Thank you so much,
this is
Mataji.
this is what we are really missing, Mataji, and that only we can understand when such situations, not only this one, and this is just an example which came up, but what I mean to say is there are n number of very difficult situations also which are going to come in life. So that is the real test actually for us, which is going to see how much surrendered we are towards the Lord.
Yeah, thank you so much,
This
Deepti
is what
Mataji.
I
This is
just
the
wanted to
point.
share.
This is exactly the point. Thank you so much, Deepti. You made
Thank
my
you,
job
Mataji.
very
Hare
easy because
Krishna.
Deepti Mataji. Sorry, I forget. Once I get close, I forget Mataji. So I will have to add. So the point what happens to me is what I was telling is I was not talking about respect, disrespect, Vaishnava. I'm not even getting there. I am telling you the materialistic life which we led at the age of 14. Ideally, we had behaved more maturely than at the age of 40. I'm just giving an example. In a more spiritual environment, when the environment slightly changed, that's all I'm trying to tell. I'm not bringing respect factor. I'm not talking about the paper. I'm not talking about post-mortem of the situation. I'm talking about the reaction. And the reason I'm not post-morteming the paper, in fact, I asked Mohandas Prabhu, should I do it? He said, no, Mataji, don't even worry about it. Everyone wrote it, so you should be cool. The point what I was telling is that's a point, because here we are not talking about the problem. We are not talking about the solution. We are talking about our reaction. Are you understanding it? I hope everybody are able to understand the motive with which I am telling. I am not worried about the problem. Again, many of you all, Shubhamai Mataji, you are also shifting to the problem. Again, trying to tell Mataji, this was a problem. I am not asking you whether you did it right or wrong. I am telling, was our reaction. I am very happy that you took the liberty. I am also happy that you all spoke. I am telling that our reaction, right? Somebody like Mangalam Mataji, who's such a senior person, comes and tells Mataji, it's fish market. Can we scrap it? 8 months she has never complained. Current had gone, people upload problems had, people did not convert into PDF. She did not know how to help. She called, I was not reachable, Guna was not reachable. First time she says, Mataji, I could not. Can we scrap it? That means it is not the paper. It is a behavior. Do you understand where I'm coming? Mohandas Prabhu, such a mature person. He's been a top professional in an organization, left and come as an admin. Can you imagine his humility? Comes and literally works like an admin, makes Excel sheets for me, where he has 100 secretaries to do that in the office. Not once has he cribbed. And not only to me, he does so many things, right? And there are also sometimes people who crib. Mataji, Prabhu delays. If you message me, he will reply. If I message, they won't. But the bottom line is, have we ever thought that Prabhu is so busy? In spite of that, he's giving us time, right? So when you message, you'll reply. It's very true. It will happen also. Sometimes it may not happen because priorities vary. Na? See, right now, if many people are calling, I won't take. If my daughter calls, I'll take. If any Prabhu tells, I'll tell Prabhu is calling. Why? Because it's priority. Then there'll be something. If suppose somebody else calls, I will not take. If my brother calls, I know it's about the neighbor, I will talk later. So obviously, there will be differences in our behavior and the priority. I'm extremely pleased and happy that you have the liberty with me. I am not getting into that. I am getting into our reactions. Are you with me in sync?
Mataji, I'll just compare it. When we are a new intern and we are given an independent duty, we see a patient coming in a shock. So we also go into a shock. But the more slowly, when we develop, when we become a registrar, when we become a consultant, we see a patient in shock, we are not at shock, we are at cool. So we are still at the internship level, maybe. Everybody reacted like that.
The voice is not clear, it's echoing, but I understood. So basically, that is what I'm telling. What is shock? Shock is a situation which is unexpected in our life. And Pran Prabhu presented one sheet telling that faith means trusting Krishna even if it is not within our plan. So why I'm bringing all this is, this was just a live example I brought in, is how as long as the road is smooth, there is no problem. But if the road is bumpy, then only we have spinal cord problem. Now, so our mind also, we should not react. That's a point I wanted to tell. Our tamoguna and rajoguna will come up at every time. What we should do is hold it, put it until wait. Let Sattva Guna think, because only when we do that, Sattva Guna will allow our intelligence to work. Otherwise, our mind will react. Many people who give an answer, IIT, in the interview, they never give immediate answers. They always take few seconds and answer, and that is why they are appreciated, because they are considered to be intellectually high, even materially. So anyone who gives spontaneous answers can be smart, but they are also called reactors. Right? So many times, Namnisha Prabhu, when you see he takes class, he will tell, don't tell immediately. Think. Why he tells that is because if you tell immediately, even though you are intelligent, the possibility is we may not have heard the question. It's a reaction. Why I am telling all this is, now our Sankhya Yoga will teach a solution, and that is what we are going to touch. 4th verse. Translation alone.
One should practice non-violence, truthfulness, avoid thieving, and be satisfied with as much as he needs. He should abstain from sex life, perform austerity, be clean, study the Vedas, and worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So here they are talking about very honest things, right? We are talking about non-violence. What do you mean by non-violence?
Not to hurt others by words, by thoughts, by actions.
Okay. Then are you okay? That is okay. Other than that?
Giving Krishna consciousness.
Not giving Krishna
Very
consciousness.
nice. Not giving Krishna consciousness to yourself is also violence, because your soul needs Krishna. Not giving Krishna to somebody else is also violence. I'm coming to your house, right? So let's take one example. Let's say I am coming to who's active now. Okay, let's take I'm coming to Sarita Mataji's house, right? So I'm very hungry. Sarita Mataji is eating before me. Is it right? Right or wrong?
Have to offer.
Wrong. She should offer.
No, she's very decent. She will not do that. She will go to the kitchen secretly eat. That is correct.
No.
No,
Just now
Mataji.
you're both are wrong. Same way, we are all, what we are doing is also in a way violence. I'll tell you why. We are all secretly sitting and doing the class. Our neighbors are missing. Our road street people are missing. I'm not telling go and preach everyone. But whenever there is a chance, many times they tell do not move with the materialist. Were we not materialists? Like now Mr. Prabhu will tell, hey, you and me were materialists. I was even atheist. I love that statement from him. You know why? If a devotee had thought like that, we won't be here in this room. How many of you agree?
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Right? So I never had the guts to bring Krishna out of my cupboard. When I'm claiming that I'm from a Vaishnava family, in my cupboard, I used to keep Bhagavad Gita, that picture which had Arjuna, that one. And one day, I'm talking about 10 years back, when my child was young, right? She was in school.
Mataji, you are not audible.
I'm not audible?
You're
Audible,
audible.
You're audible, Mataji.
Yeah,
Mataji,
we are able to hear.
check your connection, Mataji. So
Restart, Mataji.
she brought Krishna out and told that, boss, if beer bottles can be outside, why not Krishna? And the same thing Namnisha Prabhu told. He told first time when I took Bhagavad Gita to the IIT campus, Prabhu told I used to pack wrap and go secretly. Right? But people used to keep whiskey bottles they used to bring very happily. Maybe they'll wrap and go because they should not get caught, but they were never shy. So he said, Ludo, look at us. So reason is we are like that. So even when we think that we will be away from a bad association, that is true. We should be away. But having said that, 2 points which I want to tell is, all the devotees here, if people had thought like that, we wouldn't have been here. One. Second thing is, are we all in a platform of Sattva? No. There is Rajo, there is Tamo in us also. No? So suppose we tell that, oh, Prabhu, Mohandas Prabhu, I'm taking your name for convenience. If suppose Mohandas Prabhu, I see Tamo quality. Oh, Tamo quality. I should not move with Mohandas Prabhu. I keep him out. Oh my God, I see, Deepti Mataji. She's having Rajo. I should be, then I'll never find someone to move with, right? Because I myself, I'm not in Sattva-guna to find Sattva-guna people. That's another issue. Because if I'm judging someone, it means that I am more into Rajo. then then Sattva Guna also will see the same in me, no? So the point I am trying to tell is non-violence means ahimsa. So they say, right, in Isha Upanishad, Asurya namate loka. Does anyone remember the shloka? Asurya namate loka, danatam tamse pregya bigachanti, ekme atma manoj, what is it? Eke atma manojana. So basically, what is that? It means that atma means suicide, otherwise killing someone. So with every materialist, try and see if it's a friend who's a materialist. See how you can bring Krishna Kada. You can bring in. You don't have to tell, I'm going to preach Krishna. No. In some topic, you can tell, oh my God, today, I overslept, because I was dreaming of Krishna. That is also Krishna conscious. She may even scold, who told you to think of Krishna, yaar? If you're thinking of Krishna, idiot, who learned, doesn't matter. She's brought Krishna's name twice. You made her chant. Right? So somehow by anger or by emotion, you get it. So this is very important, right? So eternal discipline means this. Being honest doesn't mean I got 80%. Acha, you got 80%, congratulations. But you know what? I got 90%, not required. Truthfulness means talk things which are relevant. Right? You don't have to react. This is one more example which I wanted to tell. That day, I think there was appreciation about Subhamayi Mataji. That Subhamayi Mataji is doing 16 rounds and chanting and surrendered. Every time I would like to put this humble submission to everyone. If we say somebody is tall, doesn't mean somebody is short. The point is, I see you tall, that's all. Right? It doesn't mean that somebody, if I tell, Arey, you're slim and beautiful, immediately, I've seen many times, have you seen? Somebody who's fat will tell, I too, would like to do, but I have a lot of stress. That is why, I'm not at all eating, but I've added weight. Immediately, have you seen many people answering like this? Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Right? Why is this coming up? Did anyone ask you whether you're fat? Somebody is slim, they're telling, wow, this girl or person is so slim.
We want to
Why?
prove ourselves, Mataji. That is
See,
the
we
thing.
all have a
Competition
problem.
is there.
Comparison and competition is so much in our head, right? And I learned it the hard way. I learned it in a very, very hard way. I'll tell you how. All of us have this habit, not it. When my daughter was 3 years, we went to Goa. That time, I saw a child who was very chubby, very cute, very healthy. She was eating so well with her mom, and she was so, see, normally mothers love feeding children. So I looked at my daughter. I said, look at that child. She said, what? She could talk very well. From the age of 1, she used to talk well. I said, look, see, the baby is so fat. She's not even 3, right? She eats so well, right? She looked at me and she told, she used to call me Akka. She said, Akka, baby, mummy also fat. She told me immediately. Immediately she told that. Do you understand what I'm telling? That means the moment we compare, even a 2.5-year child is able to tell, boss, your comparison is wrong. Because you're looking at the child and you're feeling jealous that I am not like this. But deep inside, you see there is a background to it. So the problem what we all have is, we are all here because we were jealous. How many of you agree? Somewhere subtly we are jealous.
True, Mataji.
Otherwise, we won't be here. No, we'll be in Goloka. We won't agree. But the point, so many times when we tell your sadhana is good, it doesn't mean the other sadhana is bad. It's two things. Either I like that sadhana I'm acknowledging and I don't know your sadhana, so I'm not acknowledging it. It doesn't mean that she's the highest. It is just an example I'm bringing out. Right? You may be better in sadhana. Who should be knowing your sadhana? Your sadhana is good or not? Who's the person who has to know about your sadhana?
Krishna, Guru and Krishna.
Guru and Krishna. Right? Even if the Guru
Radhika
does not
Mataji,
know.
Radhika
Yes,
Mataji,
yes, Mataji.
I've been silently listening to what you're saying.
Yes.
But that day, what happened was, Prabhuji, I think all will agree with me also. Honestly, he said, "Why are you silent? Speak something. Why are you silent? This is a family." That actually provoked us to say something.
Again,
If
I'm
I
telling.
kept
See.
quiet, no, please understand. That's also, He said, "Why are you silent? None of you can even devote one mala to Guru Maharaj," he was saying. Then what I thought was, there are so many devotees here who are doing something or the other, Prabhuji. So not that no one is expressing, that's all. See, we are very proud of Shrimati Mataji. She's my daughter only. I don't have any other relation.
Mataji, you're convinced? Are you convinced with what you spoke? You're convinced?
I'm convinced.
No problem. Then you don't need to
I'm
explain.
more than convinced. I'm more than convinced.
No problem.
See,
Perfect.
I spoke for the whole class, not for myself.
Very nice.
Okay?
Very
And
nice.
moreover, he said, please, if others will agree, if they are really they'll come out with the truth. He said, why are you silent? Speak something. Then we had to speak out. Otherwise, we wouldn't have spoken out.
So nothing to do with you. So again, I'm telling, we should not take anything personal. What I'm trying to tell is, again, I'm trying to
When
tell.
you said this, no, it does. We feel bad because we are very proud. She's our, see, Shubhai Mataji is a part of our family. And I'm very proud of her. Very, very proud of her. But the thing is, when this silence was asked to be broken, he said, it's a family. And when I said, Prabhuji, some people don't want to express, he said, what is wrong in expressing? It's a family. You have to express.
Yeah.
Went on
So
asking, ask others. Ask others. They will tell you if they're, they'll admit it. If you go back to that day scene, there's no need to get scared. You can say what you have heard. You have heard it. Otherwise, you don't do it. But my conscience is very clear, and I'm proud of everyone here. Everyone here. In fact, I am not worth being in this class, but I'm very proud of everyone. But that is, see, Deepti Mataji was doing something. I forget now what she said about this. What is it? Forget that. You say in
Chanting extra rounds, Mataji.
Mataji
No,
used to
Mataji, it was completely out of respect because Prabhuji was there, and so we had to
From,
really,
you say that you said something afternoon. You say chant something and all that. You said no. Then you admitted.
Mataji, Hare Krishna, Mataji, we'll just stop for a moment. We'll take this discussion towards the end if it's okay, because
With all humility, she said, all with very humble. All are very humble in saying what they said very nicely. So please understand the scene and then
no problem.
accuse
We've
us,
all understood. So end of the day, if all of you all are convinced with everybody's own behavior, no problem. All I'm trying to tell is everybody should go and retrospect is what I'm telling in every situation. The reason I'm bringing these points out is every time when we need to tell something, all I'm telling is somewhere Mataji was very kind to speak on behalf of everyone. But end of the day, all I'm telling you is don't expect someone to speak for us, or we should never feel bad that someone has not acknowledged us, because it's between Krishna and us. Krishna will always notice our behavior. So we don't have to worry, even if a speaker, and even if it is our own guru, is actually trying to not realize or recognize us, we don't have to go and tell Prabhu, you did not recognize us. We can always communicate. As Mataji said, it's a family, we can communicate. But we don't have to feel very hurt or disturbed that we have not been acknowledged, because there will be a situation and time.
We don't expect it also, Mataji. We don't
No,
expect
not
it
you.
at all.
I'm talking about me, Mataji. I will expect. So I'm talking about me because I'm in a very lower end of, devotion. So I'm talking about my expectation. And as a speaker, I'm just explaining to you all my expectation. That's why I spoke everything about myself from the beginning. As analogies were about me, even now I'm talking from my point of view. I will expect, why Prabhu did not? Because sometime Prabhu may, whoever it is, may try and give us as an example, or may try and tell something else also. In the sense, Prabhu may try and bring someone lower also higher. You know why? Because that will be an encouragement. When a level 1 student is there, many times I've noticed when we appreciate a level 1 student, sometimes senior students also get upset. But the idea is not to compare, but to bring the level 1 students' motivation up. I am not trying to tell somebody is low or somebody is high. I'm just telling you the motive of the speaker or the teacher or the guru could be many, which we may not be understanding. Because of the lack of understanding, we should not take it defensively or take it in a very personal way, whether it's in our behalf or anybody's behalf. I'm just giving that as a general thing. Why I'm bringing all this is because sometimes it is important to cultivate silence. Why I'm trying to relate bhakti with Sankhya Yoga is many times I used to feel, why are we understanding or reading Sankhya Yoga? It is important because we have to cultivate the silence within our mind. Which means I'm bringing you all to the same point is, before we react, are we thinking and reacting? If we are thinking and then reacting, how Priyadarshini Mataji told, no, I kept quiet, but I thought and then I reacted. And if you're convinced with your behavior, that's a different issue. But sometimes 90% of the time we react. Right? And next point we should also think is, Manamishra Prabhu will tell, is my behavior, whether we tell immediately or after thinking whether we tell, will Krishna be pleased with our behavior? If our answer is yes, then we can put a tick. If we feel that our behavior is correct, but Krishna may not be pleased, then we have to put a question mark. Are you able to relate to what I'm trying to tell? Yes or no, everybody?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, yes.
So the point is, will Krishna be pleased? Right? Many times we will tell what we are doing is correct. But will Krishna be pleased? For example, I told the neighbor was shouting, right? I can open the door and yell. My mom will be very pleased. Right? But will Krishna be pleased? He'll be thinking, Arey yaar, why are you reacting so much? Because your mother is there, you're taking it too personal, you're relating to body. I'm there, calm, I will solve the problem. Right? So I'm just giving an example, but our natural instinct is what? We'll get so upset. But look at Vidura. Right? Because we'll all be tempted. Why are we reading Srimad Bhagavatam? Is to think of Vidura. Vidura's mother was insulted. Did you go and shout? No, calm. right? Then will you be like not bothered? No, you'll still react. So you start thinking, what can we do? No, something will work. Let's go and lock off the door, give the password. Brain should work, but our actions need not be in that fashion, right? Now, prana control, very important. You will be thinking, pranayama, why we do is because, and this is something some of the acharyas have taught, not that we have to follow pranayama, but if your mind is very agitated when we are chanting also, they say follow your breath. Take deep breath. You heard it, right? When children are stressed or when we are stressed, they'll tell, take deep breath. Yes or no?
Yes, Mother.
Take deep breath. So when you take deep breath, inhale or exhale, your mind becomes slightly better. I won't feel that, I'm not saying that you'll become 100% calm, right? So pranayama is something which is something which you have to really not practice, but sometimes use it at the right time. So even while chanting, many people, take 2-3 breaths, and when you're very distracted, take 2-3 breaths and sit. That is pranayama. So indirectly we are doing. Same way, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare is inbuilt pranayama. Breath is being held, right? Pratyahara, obviously, when we are focusing on the lotus feet of the Lord, we will be holding the senses. So we are invariably covering that. Mataji, fifth translation, can you please read?
One should practice silence and be steadfast in his posture, and he should gradually control his breathing. He should withdraw his senses from the objects of sense enjoyment and thus concentrate his mind on the heart.
Sixth one also, Mataji.
Fixing the vital air and the mind is one of the 6 centers of vital air circulations within the body. Thus, being concentrated, one should always think of the transcendental pastime of the Supreme Personality of God.
Very important. Transcendental pastimes. They are talking about Vaikunta Leela. Why not Madhurya Leela? Why not Goloka?
Well, we are not yet fit for it, Mataji. We are not
Because
yet
that's very
eligible.
high stage.
No, we can still
Very
think
high
of Goloka Leelas. We can think of a child, but here they are talking about Ashtanga Yogi practices. Ashtanga Yogis focus on the Paramatma. Paramatma means 4-handed form, which is Vaikunta form. Understood? What is the Lord of the Heart called?
Janardhan.
Janardana. Right, now the 7th one.
May I read, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please go ahead.
By these and other processes, one should control the contaminated mind, which is always attracted by material enjoyment, and thus fix it at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So when we are focusing on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we are talking about controlling the mind, right? Automatically it is falling in place because mind, is a mind friend or an enemy?
Both.
Mind is a friend,
And
both.
It can be
If we
both,
use
Mataji,
it
friend
correctly.
also, enemy also.
So right now your mind is a friend or enemy?
Friend.
Trying to become a friend.
Okay. If it is a friend, you are very lucky. I feel right now my mind is an enemy.
mine also, Mataji. I have to beat it up every time.
Yeah, because we cannot have both. Na? Can you tell that, okay, Deepti Mataji is my friend in the morning, in the afternoon she's my enemy, and night she'll become friend. We fight with friends. But do we say that? No, either a friend or an enemy. I may be angry, that is different. We may fight, but she will continue to be my friend if she's my friend. Subhamaya Mataji is my friend, means she will always be my friend. She may become my enemy, but it cannot be morning breakfast time is enemy, afternoon time. Does it happen like that? No. So either your mind is a friend or an enemy. You all have to decide. If you think your mind is an enemy, then you should try and make him or her a friend. Otherwise, imagine staying 24/7 with an enemy is like horrible thing, right? So have control over the mind. Control over the mind does not actually mean what? Thinking bad, acting bad. It also means reacting. When you tell enemy, why do you call it enemy? Mataji, I don't want to react like that, but I reacted. That means mind is an enemy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. Sometimes we will want to do it for a different reason. Example, a child, we don't want to shout at the child, but we might have to shout at the child. There we are not using mind, we are doing intelligence. Right. It is the bhava. Same behavior will be exhibited, whether you do angrily or not. For example, sometime I will be very angry and I will shout. That is wrong. Sometime I will shout, not because I'm angry, but deliberately I might shout because I feel I need to exhibit that anger, only then things will come under control. For example, for a child, sometimes you might shout at the child, not because you are losing your head, but you have to shout only then the child might hear, right? So that time you're using your intelligence. Then your mind is a friend. Behavior will be same, but the mood is different. Are you able to get what I'm saying?
Yes,
Mataji.
Yes, ma'am.
So how we should do the process they are talking about? Yeah, 7 and 8.
By these and
Yes,
other
Mataji.
processes, one should control the contaminated mind, which is always attracted by material enjoyment, and thus fix it at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So that's how, like a brittle, right? We've read that picture where, it's the horses and all that. Now, Mr. Prabhu was telling that this is a picture which he's also planning to work on, getting the poster on it. So what happens is it's going to be like, the brittle which you hold. That way we should have control in the mind. If we do not, right? How many of you feel you have complete control over your mind? Raise your hand. I'm glad you didn't. Because if any of you raised your hand, then there's a very serious problem. Making a mistake is one problem. Okay. Not knowing mistake what you have made is a larger problem. You agree with me?
Yes, Mataji.
Right. Most of the time, doctors have a problem in treating patients not because of the sickness. It's because they don't really give the exact problem which they have. They will tell I have stomach pain also, headache also, leg pain also. They will be very confused. Actual problem they won't know. Right? Whereas if they tell, my one doctor used to appreciate my grandmom, it seems, because she'll tell exactly the problem. I used to laugh. I tell her exactly when the problem is told, why they are appreciating, because they said they can find solution. Same way in us also. If we find our problem, I'm glad. If we don't find a problem, right? That's why I always ask, are we convinced? Because if we are convinced about what we are doing, maybe we are right. I'm not, then it's fine. But sometimes we ourselves will be very confused. What I did is right or not. That time we should always ask our guru. Sometimes, most of the time, what happens is before we ask our guru, we ourselves will know we have done a mistake. Right? It can be small thing. Like Mr. Prabhu used to be very upset with me when I never used to take breakfast, right? Like I always take breakfast. I'm telling when we are doing the thing. So Prabhu was very upset. He was very angry, right? He was telling, no, you cannot do. And then next day, then he comes. He'll come very sweetly after the dose, right? After 3-4 hours, he'll come and tell, do you think what you're doing is right? Don't you agree that if you're doing like this, you can withstand for a while, but after that, you'll feel so sick that you can't do basic seva? Then I'll also feel bad that you're not eating. Right? Now, the point is, should I tell, no, Prabhu, what I'm doing is the right thing? Seva is more important. If I talk like that, I'm an idiot. You agree with me? See, what I'm doing may be seva, but even that, what he's telling is right. Right? Though I may be justified in my action, I'm not telling my action is wrong. But even then, even if the action is right, there is a time, place, situation, and sustenance of the action may be wrong. Our thought and intention may be good. My thought was correct, right? My intention was also good. I was cooking for Krishna only. What I did wrong, why should Prabhu? But what he is telling, is that correct or what may be? My behavior is also something why we listen is because his thought is wider. My thought is smaller. That is why we respect the guru is because he has a holistic picture. Just like I see something, I see small, right? Whereas why do you take a drone capture? Because it captures higher. That is something which we should do. So whenever there is a conflict or a controversy, when we feel there is, even if we are 100% sure, it's always important to go back. And I've always seen Mohandas Prabhu doing, Mataji, I got this message. Is this right? Why should Prabhu ask me? He's such a senior person, right? Because he wants to retrospect to see a different. We do that because we need to know whether we are doing is right or wrong. Not because we are wrong. It's because there may be another view which we would have missed out, right? Now coming back to the 8th verse. Kusha grass. What is Kusha grass?
When Lord
From the
Varadev
head of Kusha.
she had
Hair
taken
fallen
from
from
this,
So it
hairs
is
had fallen.
Body.
Yeah, and why dear
Kasha
skin?
and Kusha. Kasha and Kusha, there are two actually.
Very nice thought. Memory of Priyadashini Mataji is sparkling.
When we sit on that, the snakes or some insects will not come.
Right.
That's
So
safe.
snakes and other things won't come. So deer skin is that many people will used to ask. But that's why we should have jnana, learning of Shastra. People will see this sannyasi needs deer skin. Why? Because it's for his important, so that sadhana is important. Not because he wants to take the enjoyment of cushion. How many of you can sit in one place for a long time without
I
moving?
can sit. I
If
only
you can,
sit.
if you
I
can
sit for
sit,
hours together.
if you sit without any disturbance, Mataji, then you are in Sattva Guna. If you are jumping up and down like me, you're in Rajoguna. No, I am in Rajoguna. Right? I'm telling you, we means I use that word interchangeably. So
I'm
no,
helplessly sitting, Mataji.
I'm not telling that. I'm telling like sitting in one place. I'm not telling that sitting for a long time. I'm telling Like sitting also without moving, undivided attention when we are chanting, focused.
Like a statue. You mean
she's
like a
got it. Like
statue.
can you do statue? We used to play this game, right? Statue. That's a game which I never
Used to
played.
play
Yes.
Yeah,
Which
play
is
that.
horrible. I still feel that I will always tell I will do. You know why? I cannot do like that. Very difficult for me. Right? You can imagine. So sitting tight, you use that word, right? Sit tight, we said. So that is the point. So moving to the 9th verse, sorry, I'll just take 5-10 minutes because I wanted to not get too much into Sankhya Yoga, but get more into how Sankhya Yoga principles can be incorporated for Bhakti Yoga. So that's why I'm going back and forth. Now, breathing, I already told prana is important when you breathe. And what is the link to prana and Kali Yuga?
With chanting?
I'm not getting into chanting at all. I'm talking about generally breathing. Forget spirituality for a moment. What is the link to prana and Kali Yuga? Is this not
Short
applicable?
lives, Mataji. Short lives, short breath.
Very nice. Alpaisha sabde kalo asmin yuge janah mandah sumanda mateo manda bhagyahi upadritah. One more.
Short span of attention, Mataji. Short span of attention.
Short span of attention done. Prana is also important in deciding your life. Right? Number of breaths is how your life is calculated. And moreover, currently the survival factor for us is prana. If you hold your breath for too long, we will die. Of course, we can't hold that. It's a different issue. Whereas other yuga, they will be able to hold the breath for longer time because they were surviving on other things. Right? If you see Dhruva Maharaj, without, his prana was held. Food, for us, prana is also on food. If you don't eat food, we will die. Whereas Parikshit Maharaj and all, without food also, they were able to. So each yuga, the prana feature changes. The prana, control of prana is life air, which is directly linked to food for us. When we are not able to eat, when we are sick, we'll find difficulty in breathing. Did Parikshit have the difficulty in breathing when he heard 7 days of class?
Not at all.
No.
And if we sit for 4 hours, we'll have difficulty in breathing. Yes or no?
Yeah.
If we don't eat for 1 day, we will have. Because for us, prana for us is linked to food in Kali Yuga. That is what I wanted to bring. Other yugas is different, right? Previous yuga, it was linked to the air supply around. Right? The previous yuga, like that, it keeps varying. So prana is also important. So currently we will breathe and try and control. So steadying the mind from disturbance is a very good, control. Mind control. We don't have to focus on mind control. Chanting helps in mind control. But if you can't chant, focus on breathing here. 10th one.
The mind of the yogi who has controlled his breathing soon became free from all material contamination, just as gold which is placed in the fire and fanned with air is soon purified by all dross.
Yeah, so basically chanting is the goal. Chanting is the means. If chanting is the goal and chanting is the means, if I'm not able to concentrate on chanting and let's say I'm at the beginning stage doing 1 round of chanting, what should you improve? Should I improve the quantity or the quality of chanting?
Quality.
Quality.
Quality, Mataji.
You have to focus on quantity first, Mataji, to reach
Who
Guru's.
said quantity?
Me, Mataji.
Padma Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Perfect answer is Padma Mataji. We should increase our quantity. Quality you can never improve. Quality of chanting is not completely on you. Like how Namnishta Prabhu was telling, there are 2 screens. Quality of chanting you can control only to some extent. Example, external distractions I can control. Keep the phone away. Put off the, things which are distractive. Don't be in a central hall where people can talk to you. Get up in Brahma Muhurta so that nobody is up and you can finish. These are things which I can control in terms of quantitative qualities. But the quantity is the only way I can improve, where Krishna will think and give you the costless mercy for us to improve the quality. Quality of chanting to improve, only we are doing the rest of the thing, including detail worship, including our taking bath, purity, cleaning the place and sitting is all to do with improving our quality of chanting for purity's sake. But quantity, if you increase only, automatically quality will improve. How many hours? Years. Otherwise, Prabhupada would have told that, right? Has Prabhupada ever told that sit on 1 round for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, then main to 2 year? Did he ever tell that? But our mind is based on quality. You know why? Because Sankhya Yoga, we are thinking Sankhya Yoga is not applicable to me, Mataji. We all told no, see how it is applicable. Our mind is thinking again about us. Because quality of chanting is more within our control. We will always think that I can do. Actually, we cannot do. It's Krishna's mercy if we are getting pure chanting. We should put our efforts, right? But the result, as you tell, is in Krishna's hand. So is the result of chanting. But we will put efforts. We'll do sadhana, we will eat prasadam so that our mind goes to sattva guna. Like how Priyadashini Mataji told, I am able to sit in a place. Very good. I can't. So I will eat prasadam. I will increase my other sadhanas. Like I will increase hearing. So I get purified. So my mode of goodness becomes higher. Therefore, it becomes easy for me to chant because Krishna will feel, acha, okay. Like how he started crying, no, Bindu Sarovar. Like that, he will tell, okay, he won't drop tears for us because our sadhana, at least my sadhana is normal. But at least he'll tell, okay, chod do. We will give something, right? The purity will come. It's like a recommendation letter we will get, right? Prabhupada told to board our bus. Not bus, sorry, flight. 11th verse. Sorry, I'm just stepping time. Yeah.
By practicing the breathing process, one can be released from physiological contamination. By concentrating the mind, one can be released from sinful activities. By withdrawing the senses, one can be released from material association. And by meditating on the Supreme, one can be released from the three modes of nature. Thank you.
So very nice. By practicing breathing process, right? What happens is our physiological, our psychophysiological nature will be improving. That is why pranayama, they talk about all this, right? Dharana stage is when your sin gets moved out. Right? So pranayama is basically, we are talking about breathing exercise where your control of mind. And when you're doing pratyahara, we are talking about, it will free us from material association. Right? Dhyana comes later. Samadhi comes much later. But we saw that map, right? I'll bring in that map again tomorrow. I'm not having that ready. How it is important, right? And focus on tip. How many of you all have tried this, focusing on the tip?
I've tried, Mataji.
I tried earlier.
What happened, Mataji?
The eyes get twinked only.
Yeah. Anybody else? What happened? Outcome of that? If you try, you get headache. Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, Mataji, it's painful.
Tip of the eye. How many of you have focused on the tip of? See, if you keep open, you will get distracted. If you close, you will sleep. So you will focus on the tip of your nose, right? Like this.
Yes. Tears will come, Mataji, from
Headache.
See, tears will come, headache will come. I have not tried. I will go by your advice and I will totally not follow. Thank you. So I have so many students who have done trial. Why I'm telling you is headache. Right? When we used to play the squint game, right? We used to squint when you're a child and then you get headache, right? After that, I was scared. I will not do all this. So the point is right. So it's very difficult to do all this. So imagine how tough. And they will meditate on the Vishnu form and not the impersonal Brahman. Who meditates on the impersonal Brahman?
Mayavadis.
Jnanis. Yeah, Jnanis and Mayavadis are on impersonal Brahman. Very nice. 13th one.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead has a cheerful lotus-like countenance with eyes as ruddy as the interior of a lotus flower. His body is swarthy like the petals of a blue lotus. He bears a conch, a discus, and a mace in his hands. Hare Krishna.
The body is basically conch, Sankh, Sakra, Gada, Patra. Is very, very important, right? You're holding all of that. Left, right, center, all this we are holding Krishna's form, right? Just start imagining. Close your eyes for 2 minutes. All of you all, close your eyes, right? Just 1 second, I know. Right? Imagine the form of the Lord is bluish color. He is wearing Pitambara, dress. He is having Vishnu form, not the Krishna form, the four-handed form with which Krishna first came from Devaki mind. He is having Sankh, Chakra, Gada, Patra, so Pushpa. So it's like 4 things in his hand. His toenails are sparkling, right? They are just like light is emanating from him. His eyes are so beautiful. He's wearing the Kasturba gem, right? Which is representing as the blue color gem. And he's wearing lovely flower garments. And those garlands are so beautiful that they are also fresh because in Vaikunth, the flowers don't die, unlike in the earth where it dies. So fresh that the bees are still going around him. And there is so much of radiation, which is Brahmajyoti effulgence coming out of him. We saw, right? Nachat Bhashyate Surya. So much of light is emanating from him. And he has a very beautiful smile. And he's having flute in one hand. He's also having his stick, okay? Last time I told. In the other, of course, jokes apart. And he's
You
having the
shifted
peacock
from
feather.
Vishnu to Krishna, Mataji.
Oh,
You're
Acha, I'm
shifting
sorry,
your
yeah.
description.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You were lost in that Krishna only.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
I'm really sorry. I completely forgot. Okay, so now, sorry about that. Okay, so I go back and all that. And, peacock he still holds, right? Vishnu form. So how was it?
Beautiful.
Nice, very beautiful.
Reddish. Why? Which is your favorite color?
Blue.
Which is, huh?
Blue.
Everybody will have different colors. Which is your favorite color?
Green.
Red.
So when all of you have different colors, why Krishna is not wearing red, green, blue colors? Why is he wearing only Pitampur?
He likes that.
Because he likes yellow.
That is fine, but answer is nice. But every book says the same thing. No, Srimad Bhagavatam says this, Brahma Samhita says this, Shiva Puranam says Krishna same way. All the Puranas, so Mahabharatam, everything talks about Krishna in yellow color dress. Why is so much of uniformity?
Radharani's color.
It defines the purity.
No, it's because he likes it. That is the answer.
Yes.
Krishna likes Pitambara, simple as that. But the fact is, Krishna likes it, not we like it. We started liking it. The reason why I'm telling you is, it means Krishna is not imaginary. That's a point I wanted to tell. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Because all the Shastras are saying, so it is truth.
Basically, all the sadhus are saying because they are seeing, right? And based on their saying, we will also go like our Rukmini, Shrutva Gunanbhuvana Sundaram Shinvatambe Nirvishya Karna Vivarer Haritangatapam Rupam Drisham Drishimatam Akilatalavam Tvai Achyuta Vishati Chittam Apatratam Me. Only by listening, we will fall in love. Like how we fell in love. You should have a proper speaker, unlike me. I'm telling one and look at my concentration, right? How such a low concentration level. I gave the instruction, I'm giving an instruction. Within the instruction, how my mind is jumping, right? It's just deviated in a fraction of a second. That is why
Krishna is in your heart, Mataji. That's why you as you imagine.
This is why we should have nice students, right? Even if you make a mistake, students will tell
because Krishna is there in your mind, no, Mataji.
That's why I was telling my mom, why people are telling like this. She said, anyway, if you're not having also, no, at least others are feeling good about you. Take that part. I said, okay, very good. I will do that. Like that. Even if, you may not, that may not be directly applicable to you, but still, students, your devotees are so positive, right? That's the beauty of a Vaishnava association. They think so much of positive in everything. Even a mistake. Imagine someone, Mataji, within 1 second, your mind got diverted. Mataji, look how you drifted very wrong. Nobody told like that. They said, Mataji, you're shifted. So much of happiness is there, right? Even in the mistake. That is the beauty of a Vaishnava. Even if it's a gross mistake, a Vaishnava appreciates another Vaishnava. Now you are all becoming pure devotees, heading towards our flight. Meditate on the cheerful lotus-like counter, right? So that talks about the beauty of the Lord. And shining yellow garment, Srivatsa mark, and transcendental gem. I'm not going to ask the same question. What was missing? And finally, he wears the flowers which never becomes dark. And therefore, lovely chapter which is going to continue tomorrow. I wish that was there. But Krishna blessing, I wish I could spend more time on these 3 verses. That also I didn't do. But in 1 minute, right, back into thing, he is wearing the spiritual, Vaikuntha again. Narayana is wearing all of that and bees are humming. So this is the beauty of this particular verse. So we are going to see the Vaikuntha form of Lord. And let me go back to the chat. Did you guess the paraphernalia? No, you did not guess, and therefore I did not tell story. Still.
Mataji, we are using everything.
Many have guessed, Mother. Many have.
We are
many
guessed.
But the answer is not correct. No, that is what I'm telling you. Many have guessed.
There are so many
we are using every day, Mataji. Are we using every day?
I told we have in common and
Shri
somebody is telling
Chakram Suprita Kundalam.
Acha, I didn't know you're having Sankha Chakra Gada Chundram and all. I don't have. Who's having that? Please raise your hand. I will be very happy.
I also have him.
What we use in our daily life.
And Kanchana Mataji, please show me your peacock feather. I want to see.
At least you are having it because your hand, it looks like your hand is having the chakra.
At least that is from, that also I don't have. I stole from Mohandas Prabhu. He gifted me that picture. I was so impressed and immediately sent.
Mataji, what?
You're muted, Subhamai Mataji. Sarita Mataji, please show me your what is it? My Vaijayanti Mala, please show Mataji, because Vaijayanti Mala is also only with Krishna if you have.
Mataji, what was the question? Like,
So,
was
float
it any
also.
relation? I thought only Krishna's paraphernalia, no? Do
Of
we
course,
also
Krishna
use?
paraphernalia, but I said it's common between you and them. You have something in relation to that, I told. You also have that, so.
Mataji,
Continue.
attendance was posted, Mataji.
Golden
Sorry,
ornaments, Mataji.
Yes,
Posted,
posted.
Mataji.
Continue this tomorrow also, and if you spot it, story comes to you.
Do you want me to post again, Mataji?
Yeah, please, kindly, if you don't
Post it
mind.
again. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhye vacha patitanan pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah Ananta Koti Vaishnav Jai Srila
Thank you,
Prabhupada
thank you,
Jai
Mataji.
Namacharya Haridas Thakur Jai Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, the exam, no, we have for till 28 chapters, not on Saturday, 22nd Saturday. Let's put it on 24th on Monday. So we'll have more time for revision and we'll not complain.
Which one? 24th. 24th, are we not starting the new batch?
Monday, no.
On 26th.
Not on Saturday. Don't.
Decided if it's 4 days or 5 days a week.
I think majority told 5 days a week.
5 days.
Yes, no, only
7:30.
exam. Exam we decided on
7:30
Mondays.
to 9. No problem, as you all wish. Go
Monday
ahead.
will be very difficult for exam. We keep Saturday only, na?
Mataji,
Yeah, right.
class on Saturday only.
Monday is difficult. Yeah,
No
Saturday
problem.
is good.
Yeah, so we will stick to Saturday only exam. Group consensus. We are having 5 days a week starting 7:30 to 9, so that people who want to take the 9 o'clock 18 days batch are free to do. People who want to do 7 o'clock batch, please change the batch timing. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we'll
any
have
other doubts,
exams will
Mataji?
always
Hare
be on
Krishna.
Saturdays.
Exam continues on Saturday 7:30. No, this time is 8 o'clock. Going forward is 7:30. Yeah. Any other
Only
doubts?
Canto 4 we are changing, not now, right?
Yeah, now we are not changing. Any
We are
other
not
doubts?
changing anything, no?
Same.
No. Only next module we will change.
Mataji, even exams will be on 7:30 from 7:30.
After we change, exam will also change to 7:30. Yes.
Okay.
Am I the host? I'm not able to stop while I.
No, Mataji.
You're the host. I was thinking. Hare Krishna. We can stop live.
Okay,
Any other
Mataji.
doubts?
Okay.